Hi there. Welcome to our profit-making Amazon to eBay dropshipping business course. Do you want to work at your own convenience and from anywhere in the world? Do you want to make a full-time income and only work part-time? Do you want to be your own boss? Have you ever considered an e-commerce and eBay dropshipping as a home business? Are you open to quickly mastering the techniques of eBay dropshipping? If your answer to these questions is yes, then this course is for you. A little bit about us. Aviv Malka is a top-rated and platinum-level eBay power seller and business coach. In fact, he sold nearly $400,000 worth of products on eBay alone, and that's besides for other businesses which he owns and runs. David Levine is an eBay entrepreneur, trainer, and coach. And he's also the native English speaker in this team, so you'll be hearing his voice throughout the course. Together, we've created for you the profit-making Amazon to eBay dropshipping business course. So what are you going to be able to do by the end of this course? You'll understand the core concepts of the dropshipping business model. You'll be able to open and set up your eBay sellers and PayPal accounts. You'll be able to set up your eBay business policies. You'll be able to source hot products from Amazon for reselling on eBay. You'll list Amazon products in your eBay account. And you'll use dropshipping software to take your business to another level. But that's not it, because this is quite an advanced course. It's a course which takes you from the easiest, smallest steps to the more advanced levels of dropshipping. So you'll also be able to promote and handle international orders with the eBay Global Shipping Program and learn how to set prices for eBay dropshipping so you'll make a profit and cover all your costs. You'll learn the secrets of creating eBay titles that sell. And you'll also know how to detect Vero, that's the Verified Owner Program, items, and how to avoid getting your account shut down because you're selling things that you shouldn't be. And you'll learn how to give awesome customer service, handle tracking numbers, and deal with returns. You'll learn the ins and outs of Amazon Prime membership, how to use it, and when to avoid it, and much more. So who is this course for? This course is for anyone who wants to earn an extra income on their own time, anyone who wants a home-based, low-cost business. But remember, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You need to take these things step by step, level by level, until you have your business well on its way. So what do you need to do in order to be able to start this course? You just need a computer and internet connection. You don't need business or e-commerce experience, and you don't need software. But you will learn about optional software which will save you time and make your business more profitable and effective. Are you ready to get started? Sign up now. Hi students, follow me in this lecture about opening a new eBay account. Whether you are located in the US or in another country which has its own eBay site like eBay UK or eBay Australia, you'll still find it advisable to start with an account on eBay.com. And that's because most of the products you will source will be coming from the US. So let's start with opening an account at eBay.com. First of all, you click register. You put in your email. The email again. A nice long password that can't be hacked. The more complicated, the better. Your first name and last name. You add in your mobile phone number. You click register, and that's it. And here you see, we're in my account, Aviv Malka. See you in the next lecture. Hi everybody. In this lecture, you will learn how to set up your addresses in the eBay account. On the top left where you have your name, you press account settings. And on the left, you have the addresses. If you'll notice, there are two addresses, your main contact address and your primary shipping address. The main contact address is simply so eBay can keep contact with you. And also to prove your identity. The primary shipping address is when you buy items on eBay, that's where they're going to send it to. So it might be your home or your business address, whatever. When you're working in drop shipping, the shipping address will not be the same as the one which you have registered in your account, because the shipping address will be your source company. For example, Amazon, it'll be their address. So when a buyer wants to return an item to you, they won't send it to your house, especially if you're not living in the United States. They'll send it to your source. Nevertheless, you're still going to put in these two addresses, which are usually the same, your home or personal business address. And as for the returns for drop shipping, that you'll set up in the eBay account at a later stage. That's it for. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn about opening a new PayPal account. PayPal is the prime method for receiving money when you sell things on eBay. In theory, you can also receive money through your credit card, but it is much safer using PayPal since they guarantee the sale. If something goes wrong with the account of the buyer, PayPal will cover your money. Now, when you open an account, and here sign up for free, when you open your account, there are two options for the account. Either you open a personal account or a business account. A personal account is made primarily for when you want to just buy things on eBay. It's personal. A business account is when you are using PayPal as your business to sell things on eBay. And it has two benefits. Number one, when you sell above a certain amount per month, PayPal will give you a discount on their fees. Number two, it's also very good for your accountant. In other words, when you have to take care of your annual tax report, you can download special reports which are good for your accountant or tax attorney. So we'll start here by pressing business account and continue. You put in an email. I believe it's useful to have a separate email for your PayPal account and not the same one you're using for eBay, because after all, PayPal is just like a bank account and one must protect it. Then you have your password. Again, since it's a bank account, use a very good password. The last thing you want to do is get hacked and have someone access your money. Re-enter your password, your first name and last name, your business name, which can be the same thing as your own name. You don't have to have a separate business. Your phone, it could be your mobile phone. Your address, that could be your home address if you're running it from home. And then your primary currency. Whether you are located in the United States or not, one should set this as the US dollar, because that is the currency which we will be receiving on PayPal. You click to agree and continue, and you're done. And that's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi everybody. The next thing you need to do is connect between your eBay and your PayPal account. And you'll press your PayPal account on the left. Then you will see link my PayPal account. There are two reasons to connect between your PayPal and eBay accounts. Number one, because that's the way when you sell items on eBay, your customers will be able to pay you. Second of all, eBay needs your PayPal account address in order to be able to collect their monthly fees. You have fees when you sell the items, you have fees when you're holding a store, So eBay needs to collect it through your PayPal account. So you click link my PayPal account. You will then access your account and you're done. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hello, everybody. In this lecture, you'll learn how to set up a seller's account. Over here, you have the seller dashboard. Then you have setting up the seller account. Now, with a seller account, eBay will give you a dashboard where you can see all the items you have up for sale in your account. You'll see the items you've already sold, how much money is coming in this month, and if there are any tasks to be taken care of, like returns, cancellations, messages, whatever it might be that you need to know in order to run your business. Now, since this account was only opened for the purpose of training, so I haven't yet connected in real life my PayPal account. Nevertheless, once you've connected your PayPal account, you're on the way to making a seller's account. The only thing you'll need to add on further is also connecting your PayPal account to a bank account or credit card in order so eBay will be sure to be able to collect their fees even if you don't have any money coming into your account. So once you have this set up, you're ready to roll and start selling. And that's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you're going to learn about the eBay Global Shipping Program. eBay dropshippers generally sell only within the United States. Your items are located in the United States and you sell to the US. But then you lose out on so many millions of potential customers who are located internationally. With the eBay Global Shipping Program, you have the opportunity to sell across the world without worrying about the details, the technical details of international sales. So how does it work? First of all, you configure your account to be open to eBay Global Shipping, and we'll explain it in one of the coming lectures. You list your item, and the item now becomes visible to buyers across the world. When your buyer in another country decides to buy it, they pay you as usual, and then you ship it within United States to the eBay Global Shipping Center in Kentucky. And that is as far as you need to take care of the item. eBay then will reship it and take care of the international shipping and customs process and send it to the buyer wherever they are. So this process has two stages. Stage number one, where you send it for free shipping within US, and stage number two, where eBay takes it from the center international. eBay will charge the buyer a separate fee for the international shipping. You don't collect that money, it goes directly to eBay. There are a few conditions involved in using the eBay Global Shipping Program. Number one, the item has to be physically located in the US. Well, if you're buying from Amazon, that's not a problem. And it has to be listed for sale on eBay.com. And that's why you opened an account in eBay.com. And the item has to be listed in the category that is supported by the Global Shipping Program, which means there are certain things that you're not allowed to sell overseas, like weapons, like certain chemicals. There's an entire list within the eBay help files. And PayPal has to be accepted as your normal payment method. And last but not least, you can only ship to a physical residence, not a post office box or a army base. As such, you have an opportunity to broaden your clientele across the world. There are, of course, advantages and disadvantages, and we'll see it in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, we'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages of using the eBay Global Shipping Program within your dropshipping account. First of all, we'll start with the advantages. When you use global shipping, you have a chance to expose your items to a worldwide audience, not only the millions in the US, but countless more millions across the world in nearly every country available. Because of that, you are likely to see between 20 to 30% increase in your total sales. More customers means more sales. Customers who are international are also willing to pay $1 or $2 more for the item. After all, they're paying for the shipping, they're paying for customers. So if another $1 is added on to the price, it won't bother them as much as a US customer who is getting it at the minimum cost, free shipping. Last but not least, eBay will guarantee the leg between United States to the international shipping location. So if anything goes wrong on the way, it gets lost, it gets broken on the way, eBay will cover your cost. There are a few disadvantages too, and that's when things go wrong with the item. If the only problem is that the buyer doesn't want it anymore because it doesn't have the right color or size and they change their mind, well, that's the problem of the buyer to ship it back from the international location to your warehouse at Amazon. But if the item is defective, then that might be a problem. Because when a defective item is shipped within US, then you can ask Amazon to send a UPS driver to collect the item and return it back to their warehouse. That isn't possible with an international shipping. And you might have to take responsibility by refunding the buyer for the item and the shipping and not being able to get the item back. In addition, if you as a seller make an error in the description, then you will have to take responsibility for it far more when it's an international delivery. For example, I once sent a electrical item to an address in Europe, and I didn't write in the listing that it was for 110 volts only and not 220 volts like customary in Europe. The buyer who received it claimed that I should have written there that it was not for 220 volts, and the buyer demanded that I repay him for the item and for the shipping, which he paid to eBay. Unfortunately, in the end, I had to pay the full cost. Of course, I learned from the mistake, and from then on wrote in every listing that items which are with electric current are 110 volts only. But there's still a chance of making a mistake. When you have an item within US, you can tell Amazon, okay, there's a problem with the item, take it back, and that's it. Once it goes over the border, Amazon will not take any more responsibility. Nevertheless, and as I said in the previous page, you have a chance to earn 20 to 30% more because of the global shipping. Therefore, the risk might definitely be worth its while. That's it. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you'll learn all about setting up your business policies. Just like in a regular physical business where you have a store, that you have business policies, so too in eBay. When you run a business, you need to be consistent. You do things in a certain way all the time. Customers will be able to have the proper expectations, and they'll know when you can be relied upon. And also, if they have complaints, things will be clear when they are right and when you are right. So for example, in eBay, there are policies for shipping, payment, and returns. And we'll learn all about it partly in this lecture and in more detail in the following lectures. eBay, in fact, until now, used to have what is called business policies, standardized business policies, where you set them up once in your account, and it works for every single listing from then on. I'm not completely sure that the business policies in the eBay system still work as they used to in the past. If they do, then this is what I'm going to explain to you. If not, I would suggest phoning eBay and ask them to set up your business policies that at least should be open for editing. Once it is open for editing, then you go into your account, My eBay account, business policies, And that'll take you to where you have your standardized business policies, which you use for all your listings. In general, I would suggest you make a separate business policy for drop shipping items and a separate one for items which you send yourself or through your suppliers, which are not drop shipping. That's because you have different policies concerning returns, concerning how long it takes you to ship. If you're shipping something from your house, maybe you can do it in 1 day. But if you're doing drop shipping, you might have to commit yourself in a different way. If at the time of you seeing this video, eBay will not provide business policies, then you're simply going to have to set up each listing one by one in the way which I will explain in the coming lectures. However, whether business policies are automated or you need to do them every single listing by themselves, I strongly suggest that you create a business policy template. That means within the listing itself, where you write the description of the item, you will also write what you are committing yourself to when you sell an item. Payment, shipping, and returns, and have this written as text within every single listing automatically. What I will explain in the coming lectures are how to set up in the system, so not only will the customer read it on your listing, but eBay will know that that is what you are committed to. And we will discuss it in detail in the following lectures. That's it for the introduction to business policies. Hi there. In this lecture, you'll learn how to set up your payment policy in the eBay system. Whether you're using standardized payment policies or whether you're setting up the payment policy within an individual listing, the results will be the exact same thing. Let's take a look at how it works. There are a number of options of payment when someone buys an item from you on eBay. There's PayPal, various credit cards, money order, cashier's check, personal check, and a few other options. It is strongly advised to accept only PayPal for sales on eBay. And that's because PayPal will protect you as a seller far more than the other option. For example, chargebacks. What is a chargeback? When somebody realizes that their credit card number has been stolen, for example, they were standing in the supermarket and an individual looked over their shoulder, copied their credit card information, and then used it to make a purchase online. If the owner of the card will then complain to the credit card company will stop the payment, and the seller is likely to lose their payment. With PayPal, on the other hand, even if someone complains that their PayPal account was hacked and somebody else made an order instead of them, PayPal will insure you as a seller, and you will still receive the money which you were paid, as long as you provide a valid tracking number for the order, which is proof that you shipped the item to the address which was written inside the PayPal order. You might have to wait a week or 2 or 3 while the PayPal is investigating this fraud charge. But in the end, as I said, as long as you have a tracking number in the order and you ship to the address written in the PayPal account, you are guaranteed to receive your payment. It's happened to me many times. I think on average once a month I have a chargeback, and since I always make sure to put in my tracking numbers, in the end the money comes back to me. This won't happen with a credit card. This definitely won't happen with a money order. There are times people send me a message and saying, will you accept a money order? Will you accept some sort of other international payment? And my answer is always no. Even though I might be losing customers, but I'd rather lose a couple of customers than gain more customers and lose a lot of money when somebody makes a chargeback claim against it or claims that the check was stolen. PayPal is secure and insured, and I strongly advise you using it only. That's it for your payment policy in eBay. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you'll learn about setting up a shipping policy in the eBay system. Again, whether you're doing it as a global shipping policy or whether you're setting this up in an individual listing, the results will be the same. When we speak about shipping policy, we are discussing a number of issues. Number one, the method. Is it regular? Is it expedited? Then the shipping time. And that divides up into handling time, which we'll explain, and shipping time. And the third thing to deal with are the destinations. Local destinations, international, what you want to exclude that you will not ship to, and the global shipping program. First of all, the issue of method and time. In your eBay shipping policy, you should make standard shipping as the default type of shipping method, which is 1 to 6 business days. And you give it as free shipping. You don't charge anything for it. It's standard. It is advisable to also offer an expedited shipping method, which is 1 to 2 business days, possibly at additional cost. When you're using Amazon Prime to ship your items or Amazon Business, then the default shipping method will be 1 to 2 business days. But that's not something that you should promise in advance. You should promise only standard shipping, which is 1 to 6 business days. So even if you don't have Prime, you don't have Amazon Business, you'll be well within what you commit yourself. Remember, there is nothing wrong with promising a slower method of delivery as long as you carry out your promise. So if you promise 6 business days for shipping and you do it in 2, that's great. But if you promise 2 days shipping and you do it in 3, then you're not keeping your promise and it lowers your rating as a seller. So as I said, standard shipping 1 to 6 business days. Then there's handling time. Handling time is the time it takes from the moment you put in your order through to the supplier, in most cases Amazon or Walmart, whatever you're dealing with, till the moment you get it shipped out by your supplier and you get a tracking number. When you're shipping something from your own house, you can probably do it within 1 day or even the same day. But when you're relying upon a drop shipping service, in other words, Amazon, you cannot promise to have it out and ready within 1 business day. Therefore, it is best to promise 3 business days from the moment the person makes the order on eBay until they receive the tracking number. Add to it 1 to 6 business days standard shipping on the way. You have a total of up to 9 business days for shipping, which means taking into account weekends, it's nearly 2 weeks. When you ship with Amazon or Walmart, you will always, except for very rare occasions, carry out what you committed yourself to. So that's it for time and method. The next issue you need to deal with your shipping policy is shipping destinations. Where do you ship to? So remember one important point when dealing with drop shipping from Amazon or Walmart or any other American supplier through eBay. And that is you are shipping only to United States. You never ship outside of United States. This is not when you're shipping from your own hometown. This is when you're shipping through drop shipping. So you ship only to a US address. 1 second, does that mean I can't ship internationally? No, you could ship internationally, and that is because you are also using the global shipping program. When you use the global shipping program, you're still shipping only to a US address. In this case, Erlanger, Kentucky, where the eBay Global Shipping Program Center is located. So you ship within the United States, and then eBay takes from there and ships it internationally. And you don't offer any other international shipping. Therefore, when you're writing out your shipping locations, you're excluding every location in the world except for United States. If you look over here, the list of excluded locations, I'm taking out U.S. protectorates, which are like Puerto Rico and Guam, Alaska and Hawaii, because you're only shipping within the 48 states on continental North America. APO, FPO are Army, military destinations, which might be out of the United States. You don't ship to North America. Isn't the United States in North America? Yes, but Canada is also part of Canada is also part of North America, and you don't ship to Canada directly. You don't ship to South America, Oceania, Central America, Caribbean, Africa, Europe, Southeast Asia, Asia, Middle East, none of these places. And also not the post office boxes, which I'll explain in a minute. So you're right here, you're excluding all locations in the world except for United States. You ship then to a American address or to the eBay Global Shipping Program in Erlanger, Kentucky, where eBay will then ship it around the world. Because of this, you can ship to nearly every address in the world. But locally, you're shipping for free only within American addresses. I also add over here not to ship to post office boxes. And that's the reason for that is because sometimes the product you are sending is too large to fit in a post office box. A post office box might be the size of a very, very small letter box. There'll be no room. So therefore exclude post office boxes. And just to make it a little bit more clear, here are all the shipping regions. You're basically excluding everything. The default then is only United States, 48 states within continental North America. That's it for shipping policies. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn about returns policy. According to eBay's general policy, a seller must allow the buyer to return the item. Whether the buyer wants to return the item because there's a problem with the item, or whether they just don't feel like keeping it, they changed their mind, they found something cheaper somewhere else, you have to accept the item back. The difference between the two, as we learned in a lecture on returns, is that if there is a fault with the item or with your description of the item, then you pay for the return shipping. And if the buyer just has buyer's remorse, in other words, they found it cheaper somewhere else or they changed their mind, then they pay the shipping. But whatever it might be, you have to allow the option of returning the item. So here in the eBay returns policy, we have the number of options. eBay writes here, offering a minimum 14-day returns policy helps your listing qualify for top-rated seller benefits. We recommend strongly to allow a 30-day return policy and not just a 14. In truth, a buyer who receives an item and changes his or her mind will usually make that decision within a couple of days, much less than 14 days. It's rare to find someone who only 3 weeks later will decide to return the item. So giving them a 30-day return option only adds to your ratings as a seller. So we strongly advise, yes, writing 30 days. The refund will be given as money back. That, of course, is only when it is because of buyer's remorse they changed their mind. If the fault is in the seller, in other words, that their item is defective or wasn't described as it should be in the listing, then of course you as a seller will have to pay for it, and not the buyer. As for restocking fees, that means do you want to charge the buyer some sort of fee when they return the item? Generally, we don't charge. In addition to what's written over here about giving a 30-day return, there's such a thing called holiday returns. In other words, around the December holiday season, you give the option of returning it until the 1st of January, even if it's beyond 30 days, like someone who buys something for the holidays. In the middle of November, you allow them to return until the 1st of January. That too will raise your ranking within the eBay system, and your item is about to sell much better. So you accept returns, 30 days, money back. Money back means you don't have to provide them with a replacement item. You can just give them the money back and take it, the item, and return it to Amazon or Walmart, whatever it might be. And the return shipping paid by the buyer. And that is it for returns policy and business policies in general. See you in the next lecture. Bye for now. Hi there. One of the most important things to do when you start out in your eBay dropshipping business is to find a good source for your products. A company where you can buy your products after you sell them on eBay. In theory, you can get your products from any number of wholesale sellers or retailers, and even your local shop next to your house. Nevertheless, it is advisable to check out a number of features which a good source company will have in order so your business will run easily and smoothly. Number one, the source company should have a wide range of products in a number of categories in order so you'll be able to pick and choose which are the hottest and best products to list on eBay. Number two, the products that they sell have to be of good quality. Remember, if your customer isn't satisfied with the product, they will send it back. And if they keep sending back your products, you're not going to make money. In fact, you're going to lose. Number three, there has to be an easy method to buy your products on this source company and to pay for them. For example, if the source company accepts PayPal, that's great because you're getting your payment from the buyer on eBay in PayPal, and then you can transfer part of that money to your source company. But even if they don't accept PayPal, there has to be an easy method to pay for the products which you're buying. Number four, they have to provide fast and reliable shipping with tracking information. Because in order to prove that you have actually sent the item, you have to give your buyer a tracking number for every single sale. Number five, there has to be simple returns. Returns will happen. Sometimes the buyer is not happy with the product because it isn't the color they want. Sometimes they just change their mind because they found it cheaper somewhere else. And sometimes it really arrives broken. So you have to have a simple method to help the buyer send the product back to your source and either send them a replacement or a refund, and you of course will get refund from what you paid. And last but not least, the company has to give good customer service. Problems will happen. And remember, from the perspective of your source company, you are the buyer, not your buyer on eBay. And therefore, if there are any problems, you are expected to contact the source company and work it out with them in order so the buyer shouldn't have to worry about it. When you have more experience, you can use this dropshipping model with many stores and many companies. It'll work out the same. Nevertheless, in this course, you will learn how to work specifically with Amazon, because Amazon is a very easy company to work with and it has all of the features of a good source company. In the following lectures, you will learn step by step how to find the hottest products on Amazon and list them on eBay for a profit. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. Following this lecture in setting up an account in Amazon, which will be for the duration of the course, your product sourcing company. So first of all, if you already have an account, great. If you don't, you click here, new customer, start here. Put in your name, your email, and a good password. I always recommend putting in a difficult password to hack, because if someone gets into it, it can be a loss of money. And you click to create your account. The next thing you need to do after you've gone into your account is to set up your back office. Your account over here. And there are 3 things to be aware of. Number 1, your payment methods. Amazon doesn't accept PayPal. So either you'll be connecting a credit or debit card to your account, or you'll be using Amazon gift cards, which you can purchase with PayPal. And that is probably the easiest method because you can then transfer the money nearly directly from your eBay buyers to Amazon. The second thing you should be aware of is the address book over here, where you're going to be putting in the addresses of all your buyers. And the third thing is the return or replace items link, where in case you need to return or replace items, then you'll go into over here. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn how to source your products on Amazon. There are millions and millions of products that one can get from Amazon, but not all of them are good for you to sell on eBay. Some of them might even be successful on Amazon, but when you transfer it to eBay, they won't work as well. So here are the following guidelines of do's and don'ts and how to look for the best possible products. In later lectures, we'll go into more detail and explain specific techniques and methods for getting the hottest products. Now we'll just discuss the general guidelines. First of all, you want to find products which are in stock on Amazon, because if they go out of stock, they'll certainly won't be available to sell on eBay. So here you have the words in stock. Sometimes you will see that there are only a few left in stock. Here it says only 3 left in stock. That's not so good because it means in the next few minutes or hours, the last one will be gone and you'll be left without a product for eBay. So either choose things which are written in stock or at least 20 items left, because then you still have a little bit of time that you can use to sell them on eBay. The second thing you want is free shipping. You don't want to pay free shipping and then you won't have to charge your customers shipping. Customers love it when they can buy on free shipping, and eBay will put you higher in the search engine when you don't charge for your shipping. This product, for example, says $4.99 for shipping. That's not something you want, only free shipping. The next thing you'll look for is a high amount of feedbacks. For example, over here, you have 3.8 out of 5 stars. That's all right, but not so good. What you would prefer is to get something which is at least 4 stars. You see over here, 4.5 out of 5 stars, that's good. So at least 4 stars, it means it's a popular product. Another thing you'll want to consider are products which are below $35. Like this one is $29.88. The reason why it is best to use products less than $35 is because there's less customer involvement in this type of item. When a person has to figure out whether they want to buy an item which costs them hundreds of dollars, they're going to check very carefully in many websites, and very possible they will find something much cheaper than your item on eBay. They can go directly to the supplier. On the other hand, if it's less than $35, most people won't look too deeply into the price and will say, okay, I'll go for it. So buy items which are less than $35. Another thing which you could consider is having items which are prime. Now, when I say prime, it means 2 different things. There's such a thing called a prime account, and there's something called a prime product. We're talking about a prime product, which means that Amazon stores the item physically in US in the Amazon fulfillment warehouse. That means that when you order the product, it'll be shipped out quickly within a couple of days, and the item will be available for your customer within a short time. On the other hand, items which are not prime, even if they're free shipping, like this one, for example, not eligible for Amazon Prime, That means the delivery date will be much further, in a couple of weeks. The item, in fact, might be out of the United States, in Asia, or whatever it might be. That's for the do's. Now for the don'ts. Amazon has a lot of what is called bestsellers. Amazon bestsellers. Just because something is a bestseller on Amazon does not mean it'll be a bestseller on eBay. So you don't have to look for items in Amazon bestsellers, especially since some of them have very high ratings. Say, for example, this one over here, Cards Against Humanity. It has 31,940 reviews. Assuming that one customer in 50 or one in 100 will actually give a review, then we're talking about hundreds of thousands of items being sold in this category. If there are so many items being sold, that means you have so much more competition. There are many, many sellers selling it, and undoubtedly some of them will be able to outprice you very easily. So Amazon bestsellers are not necessarily the things which you need to find to sell on eBay. As I said before, avoid things which are not Amazon Prime. Another thing which it's worthwhile avoiding is the add-on items. Add-on items are usually Amazon items which are cheap, below $10. And according to Amazon policy, they will only ship for free for $25 orders. That means this item, together with another few items which total $25, only then will it be free shipping. Now, when you'll be an advanced seller, it'll be selling 5, 10, 20 items a day. That doesn't really make a difference because you'll certainly get $25 worth of items. But when you're starting out and you're selling only 1 or maybe 2 items a day, you might get stuck with an add-on item and not be able to ship it out until you can gather together a few items. So at least at the beginning, avoid these items. And that's it. See you in the next lecture. Hi everybody. In the following few lectures, you are going to learn how to find the hottest products on Amazon which will sell well on eBay. This technique is called the hot new releases. In order to find them, you go into Google and you write Amazon hot new releases. To make things simple, let's try out the kitchen. Though we can try any other category equally as well. And a subcategory, bakeware. Again, it can be any category, any subcategory, it's all the same. Now, when it says here Amazon hot new releases, this is not the same thing as the Amazon best sellers. If you recall in one of my previous lectures, I said it's best not to buy Amazon bestsellers because these are things which have a tremendous amount of competition and you'll have difficulty selling them on eBay. But Amazon hot new releases are items which have come in recently into the Amazon inventory and there aren't that many competitors on eBay. You have a chance to sell them for a nice profit. So let's look at the results of the search. Let's take this item over here, the Chefaith 24-piece reusable silicone baking cups. Sounds nice. What are the categories? First of all, it's a new release, so we know that it hasn't yet been saturated in eBay. Second of all, it's a prime item, which is in the Amazon fulfillment warehouses, and you're about to get them to your customer in a couple of days very quickly. It's below $35, which means that the customer is not going to check too much detail on the price. It's in stock, and last but not least, it has here 4.8 out of 5 stars, which means it's a good item and there's a small chance that a customer won't be satisfied and return it. That's it. These are the kind of items which you need to find on eBay. Hot new releases with the filtering as we said before. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you're going to learn how to find items on Amazon which will sell for a profit on eBay using a method called the spider method. It's called the spider method because you keep going back and forth from Amazon to eBay, and you'll see how it works. So first of all, you go into Amazon and let's choose some code word. Let's say cookware. It's a good place to begin. And we'll find some item which seems to have good characteristics. How about this one? Green Life 14 piece non-stick ceramic cookware set. Has in 3 different options: turquoise, red, and black. Even let's say the black. We're going to copy the title from Amazon into eBay. Now remember, this thing is selling on Amazon for $79.92. So what do we have over here? Here you have a list of all the sellers who are selling the same item. But since it's in black, that means it's only listed. It doesn't prove that it was actually sold for that price. So we click on the left on sold listings, which will show items which were actually sold. Now we have it in green. Green means it was actually sold. So here we have it, the same item in black, which was sold for $128 versus $79, which seems to be a nice profit. Let's go into the listing itself. And we'll see that the seller, Jubilee Entertainment, he has a lot of feedback. He's a big seller. He sold 2 of them for that price, which is nice. Let's go into his other items, which he sells. And here we have a lot of items, and you can see which ones are Amazon products by those that are with a white background, clear white background. So again, let's check out his sold listings, what he succeeds in selling. We'll go down over here, and here's an interesting product. Ebb and Flow Extra Sour Triple Fun Active Learning Center. We'll copy the item and we'll put it back into Amazon. And you have here the same item selling for $87.99 on Amazon, and this guy is selling it for $121, which is a nice profit. That means that this item is worthwhile selling on eBay. It's worthwhile drop shipping from Amazon to eBay. Let's try another product. You have here the Casio electronic cash register in pink for $106. Let's copy it and put it back into Amazon. And it's sold for $79. So $79 versus $106. It's not as big profit as here, but it's also a nice profit. So here are 2 items which you can drop ship from Amazon to eBay. Now one has to be very careful with this system for 2 reasons. Number one, because you can't keep copying items from one seller. You can do a couple of items and then you go on to the next seller, because you don't want to create a problem with this particular seller that you're constantly undercutting him. Second of all, sometimes you'll succeed in finding many items. Sometimes you'll succeed in finding only 1 or 2. But that's how the system works. You start on Amazon, you go to eBay, eBay to Amazon, back and forth. That's called the Sparta method. And with it, you can find a lot of products to drop ship from Amazon to eBay. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture.
Hi there. In this lecture, you'll learn a technique of sourcing profitable items from Amazon to sell on eBay using what we call the tax method. What is the tax method? When you want to price your item on eBay, you have to take into account a number of factors. The Amazon price, that's the price of the item which Amazon is selling it for. The eBay fee, which they charge you, which is approximately 10%. The fee that PayPal charges you, which is approximately 2.9 to 3.9%. And any state tax. Although there are states which don't charge tax, and there are states which charge a higher rate of tax, on average, in total, you'll get approximately 5.5% of your Amazon price as state tax. All these things need to be taken into account when you're pricing your item on eBay. That means only after all these fees and costs will you begin to calculate your profit. So when you do Amazon price plus eBay fee plus PayPal fee and then plus tax, then you can add on $1 or $2 or whatever it might be, which you can consider your pure profit. This means that if you calculate the Amazon price, eBay, PayPal, and tax, and you can find an item which in fact does not have any tax on it, you will in fact be getting 5.5% profit even before you add on an extra $1 or $2 as your own profit. Let's take a look in a couple of cases. For example, over here, this is an item which I purchased on Amazon after selling it on eBay. As you can see, the price is $12.95. This is what Amazon is charging me. And then Amazon adds on another $1.04 as a state tax, making a total of $13.99. So when I want to calculate the price which I'm selling it on eBay, I have to take into account this $1.04. But sometimes there are items which are sold on Amazon which there's no state tax at all. Take a look over here. $17.95 is the price and 0 tax. This means that when I sell the item on eBay, I can charge less and still earn a profit. And if I charge less, that means I'll be more competitive in the marketplace and I'll be able to sell the item faster than someone who is selling it for a higher fee. So for example, in this case, if the item costs you $17.95 and you add on the eBay and PayPal fees and a 5.5% state tax, and that's what you charge on eBay. Let us say it's $25. I didn't really calculate it, but I'm making a broad guess. Then even if you don't add on an additional $1 or $2, you'll be saving 5.5% on the tax. So that's what you're earning. Somebody else who is not aware of the fact that this item does not have tax will automatically add on an additional $1 or $2 to the price on eBay. And therefore you, who is charging less, will be able to make a profit because you can sell it at a cheaper rate. How in the world do you know if Amazon is going to charge you a tax for the item and that you can lower your price on eBay? So we discovered an interesting point. If you look at items in Amazon, there are two types of sales. There is one kind which is shipped and sold by Amazon. That means Amazon is so-called the seller, and they're also fulfilling it. In other words, they're shipping it. It says here ships from and sold by Amazon.com. There is a second type of product which is sold by a company and only fulfilled, shipped by Amazon. Here it's sold by Kitchen Classics and fulfilled by Amazon. I can't say this is a guaranteed assurance, but we have found in general that items which are shipped and sold by items always have the 5.5% tax, And items which are sold by a company and fulfilled by Amazon are likely not to have a tax. Therefore, if you want to sell competitive items on eBay, you should look for items which are sold by a company and fulfilled by Amazon. That gives you an advantage over other sellers, over other competitors, because you can sell the item for slightly cheaper. That's it for now, and see you in the next lecture. Hi there. As I explained in the previous lecture, when you sell an item on eBay which Amazon does not charge for it a state tax, then you have an opportunity to sell the product for slightly cheaper than your competitors and get it sold and sell more of them. As we explained in the previous lecture, when an item is being sold by a company and only fulfilled by Amazon, it is far likely that Amazon will not be charging a tax. On the other hand, when Amazon is both the seller and the fulfillment company and they're shipping it, then it is more likely that they will charge a tax. Now, this is not a process of just randomly choosing and getting lucky. There is a system which you can use to find many items that are likely to be tax-free. And this is how it goes. Here is the home site of Amazon, and let us take, for example, a product which is called Motion Sensor Light. I'm doing it randomly. It is not necessarily that item, but this is a good place to start. You go into the site of Amazon and you see that every single product, it says here that it's by a certain company, by Mighty Power, by War Moon, by Health Zenith, by Mr. Beams. Does that mean that it's being sold by this company and fulfilled by Amazon and will be tax-free? Not necessarily. Take, for example, Mr. Beams. You go into this product and you see, even though it's by Mr. Beams, it's shipped from and sold by Amazon. Not good. Try another one. You have over here Health Zenith. Again, I open it up. Shipped from and sold by Amazon, even though it's Health Zenith. But on my third try, in War Moon, I open it up, and you have here sold by War Moon Direct and fulfilled by Amazon. That's a good beginning, especially when the word War Moon Direct sounds very much like that they are a drop shipper themselves, or a wholesaler and not necessarily a company that's producing something. So if I click on the name War Moon Direct, I get into their storefront. The storefront where they have feedback and all their returns and shipping policies, etc. And also a link to their products. Clicking on their products, I now find one page of 12 items, another page of 11 items, a total of 23 items, which are from War Moon. Picking any one randomly, I'll open it up, and voila, sold by War Moon Direct and fulfilled by Amazon. That means we have here a potential of 23 different items, which are likely to be tax-free. Of course, it doesn't mean you automatically take all the items there and put their ASINs up in eBay. That's not the intention, because you still have to make sure that it has Prime, and you still have to make sure that it has at least 4 stars, and of course you want it to be within a certain price range. There are a number of factors to take into account. Nevertheless, it's a very good beginning that you have here over 20 items that you can use to sell on eBay. Sometimes you will find a product which, or rather a company which has hundreds of products that they're selling, especially if they are a drop shipper or a wholesaler, a big company. They don't produce the items, they just distribute them on Amazon. You can take many of their products and use them all to put up on your website.
And then you can charge a little bit less than your competitors. Because if your competitors are taking into account a break-even price of the Amazon price, plus eBay price, plus PayPal, plus 5.5% sales tax, and then on that they're adding on $1 or $2 or $3 in order to make a profit, you can cut out the $1 or $2 or $3 and just sell it for the Amazon plus eBay plus PayPal plus state tax, and you will get it sold faster. You might think, well, I'm not getting so much of a profit. That's true, but it's better to sell a product for 50 cents profit rather than not sell a product for $2 profit. And especially once you sold the product once, it's likely to sell again and again. Each time you will earn that profit. And eventually you too can add on to a higher rate of profits when you're only selling it for 50 cents or $1 profit, or even zero profit, because don't forget, you're selling a product which does not have tax. So you're getting a 5.5% profit already. After you sold 3 or 4 times, you can raise the price by another $1 and another $1 until you can earn a very nice amount of profit on this product. So this is the way to get not just one item, but many items in a bunch, which you can use them all to sell on your website, on eBay, in your store, for a profit, because you're not charging for the sales tax. That's it for now, and see you in the next lecture.
Hi, this is David at dshopper.com. When you start your eBay dropshipping business, you'll want to know how to get the best possible products from Amazon to sell on eBay. After all, there are millions of products on Amazon. Which are the hottest products to sell that'll earn you a profit? So there are 4 characteristics of nearly every product that you want to sell from Amazon to eBay. Number 1, you need products which are in stock. Now that might seem very simple. Of course you want a product which is in stock. But there are products, as you can see over here, that you only have a few left in stock. Here you have a product, nice thing, which says only 8 left in stock. That means if you try to sell it on eBay, within an hour or a couple of hours, the thing might be out of stock and you'll be left without. So we recommend that getting products which are written all of the words in stock, or they have at least 20 left in stock. The second thing you want is a product with good feedbacks. There are 5 yellow stars over here, which shows how many feedbacks the product received, and you want to have at least 4 out of 5 stars. Here you have some which is 4.6, which is very nice. Here you have something which is 4.3, also very good. Over here, on the other hand, you have a product which is only 3 out of 5 stars. We advise keeping away from these things because it means there have been customer complaints, and if there have been complaints on Amazon, you might likely get the same complaints when you sell it on eBay. Another point is to get products which are prime. What does it mean, prime? It means that I have here the word prime. It means that the product is physically in the warehouses of Amazon in the United States, and Amazon can ship it out quickly and give you the best possible customer service if and when things go wrong, and these sometimes do go wrong. On the other hand, if the product is not written Prime, for example, over here it says here free shipping, but not eligible for Amazon Prime, that means the product might not be physically in the United States, or it might be by a third-party seller, and Amazon will give not as good customer service when things go wrong. So we advise only Prime products. Another thing you should be careful with is, at least at the beginning, sell products which are lower than $35. The reason why we say $35 is because up $35 is less customer involvement in doing research on the product. The person sees it, they like it, they'll say, okay, I found it on eBay, I like to buy on eBay, and I'll buy it over here. On the other hand, when the product is more expensive than 35, especially when it goes up to 100, 200, very expensive product, relatively, then the customer will say, 1 second, before I buy it on eBay, let me check it out on other online companies, and they might end up finding it much cheaper somewhere else or even at your own supplier. So we advise, at least at the beginning, until you build up a reputation on eBay, to sell products which are up to $35. Now these are the do's. There are also a few don'ts. Number one, we advise don't buy Amazon bestsellers. You have here, what are Amazon bestsellers? You see Amazon bestsellers over here in all kinds of categories. You might, well, if there's a bestseller on Amazon, why shouldn't there be a bestseller on eBay? I can sell them like hotcakes. The truth is, not every product which is a bestseller on Amazon will sell well on eBay. Second of all, if it's such a bestseller, then there will be so much competition on it that you might not be able to sell it at the price you want. For example, take this first product, some sort of game with 29,577 reviews. That means if, let's say, 1 in 100 or 1 in 50 are actually giving a review, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of sales of this product alone. That means that there'll be also a lot of sellers, a lot of competition. Best not to sell the Amazon best sellers. A second thing is not to sell non-prime products, which we discussed. A third point is to avoid selling add-on items. Add-ons are usually items which are cheaper. Here this is $1.97, free shipping, but it'll only give you free shipping if you sell it with a total of $25 worth of products. Now, if you're an advanced seller and you sell a number of things every day, then that shouldn't be a problem because you'll be definitely selling $25 worth of products. But at the beginning, when you're selling, let's say, 1 or 2 products a day, it is better not to do add-ons because you might not be able to ship it out when you want.
Thank you for watching our dropshipping tips at dshop.com. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe below and add a comment. Thank you.
Hi there. In this lecture, you'll learn about the things that you must avoid when you are listing things on eBay. And one of the most important things to avoid is the eBay Verified Rights Owner Program, also known as Vero. Now, what is Vero and why do you need to avoid it? So if you look in the help files of eBay, you will see that eBay explains something about ownership and trademark rights. There are many companies who do not mind at all if you will resell their product on a different platform. But there are also some companies who only want to sell it themselves or through authorized resellers. So for example, if someone is selling a product, their own product on Amazon, they might also have a store on eBay. In that case, they don't want you or me to resell the product and go into competition with them on eBay. In addition, they might be selling the product on Amazon and they don't want it to be sold on eBay at all or anywhere else without their permission. And that is considered a trademark violation, which might be also a legal problem. When eBay discovers that someone has sold an item which is against the will of the owner, that is considered a very serious infraction of eBay rules. In fact, eBay has created an entire program to protect sellers who do not want their items resold without permission. If you go into eBay's help files at vero.ebay.com, you will find a very long list of companies who do not give permission to resell their items on eBay. Here we only have a very small selection of them, A and a bit of B. It goes down to Z, and not only from United States, from US, but also international. There are literally hundreds of companies who explicitly tell eBay not to allow anyone else to sell their items without their permission. So what happens if you resell an item which is on the Vero list? When you are just selling your own products or items from home, you'll never get in trouble with Vero issues.
But when you are drop shipping from Amazon, you can't really contact every single company on Amazon to ask permission to sell their items. So you're listing dozens or maybe even hundreds of items from Amazon, and you have to be sure that none of them have an issue of Vero. What happens if by mistake you will in fact list an item on eBay which is without permission of the owner? So I have here an example from my own experience. I listed an item. At the time I listed it, there was no problem of Vero. Obviously, the owner had not informed eBay they do not want it resold. But then at some time later, since my item was on the listing for quite some time, for weeks and months, suddenly the owner informed eBay that they do not agree that my item should be on eBay, should be resold. So eBay removed the item. Your listing was removed after the rights owner reported as counterfeit. Counterfeit can in fact be that the fact that I'm putting up their item with their brand name on my listing. It could be because I was using their photos. It could be because of the description, which was exactly like the description of their product. However it might seem, it was still a trademark violation. Because of that, eBay immediately removed the item and informed me that keeping in mind that additional violations could result in the suspension of your account. At best, eBay will just remove the item from your listing. At worst, they can close you down, and all what you invested is gone. Therefore, you have to be very careful when you are listing items that none of them should be from a company that is in the Vero program. How exactly you do so? There are methods, which we will discuss in a later lecture. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture.
Hey guys, Aviv's here, and I'm really excited because today I'm going to show you my source of who is my supplier. And actually I'm really excited because he showed me today that they finished all the integrations they have with eBay, with Shopify, and actually also with Amazon, which is massively changed, you know, all the game of dropshipping. And I think on the end of this video you're gonna see actually what is my source and how much money I pay him every day. And I work with him like 2 years. It was so hard because I start with them. They are based on China and based on United States, and they are changing all the dropshipping model because what they do is actually amazing. They provide you service of any shipment that you want, either if it's USPS, either if it's e-packet, or everything that actually you need. So they have answer to all of your concerns. So actually I'm going to show you right now how much I pay them, how many products I send with them, and how the process is working. And I'm really excited because today they open a new integration for eBay and also Shopify, and I think you're gonna be it's gonna make you an amazing change in your business. Because right now we know that we have problems with eBay, we know that we have problems for Shopify with Facebook, because they know how to recognize dropshippers, and this is what we want to stop. We want to go back one step and say, okay, ask myself, do I want to stay with this business for the long run, or I want to close my business after 5-6 months when there is tons of advertisers and all the platforms will close us because we're doing dropshipping? So we want to stop that. And you know how you can stop that? It's only one solution you have. You have to have a good supplier that actually is reliable. And there is another step that you need to do, is actually in the long run, on the holiday times, which is really close, is to use other not e-packet, because you're gonna face tons of issues right now with e-packet and a lot of problems with that. You have to work with some other reliable carrier, which is USPS or DHL, and he provide all the carriers that you want, all right, and really cheap. Okay, this is really important to say. All right, so I'm really happy to show you. This one is the app, and actually this is my supplier, and I contact contact with him on almost like daily basis. My team is contact contact with him. And I want to show you inside what actually you can do with this app. This is my account, as you can see. This is my level. I am a VIP here because I work with them like 2 years, and I purchased from them in over 100,000 bucks a month, or I think 150 we crossed last month, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and this is to all my process. Yeah, as you can see, also the sales amount that I take this year is 412,000. I'm sorry. And I send 12,000 packages. This I don't know what is that. Yeah, this is what I do in months, because you know, if I combine everything together, which means it's also eBay. Yeah, I don't count eBay, so actually it's everything inside. I have only 2 pending payments. In process orders I have 6, as you can see, and ready for delivery, which means this packages is on the way to the customers, which it's 27,000 packages on delivery. And that's it. Also, if you have a questions what they got credit card, Payoneer, PayPal. They have all the payment options that you want. So actually this one I think is the biggest change for us from AliExpress and all the crap that actually you have complaints and problems with customers, and this one actually a reliable agent that you can discuss all the time, you know. And when you want new products, winning products, he provide you everything, okay. And also he tell you what actually sells good right now. Okay, so actually, as you can see, this is the app. Okay, I just want to show you simple. I wanted you go inside and you visit their app. It looks like AliExpress. Okay, they opened that to the market like really I think last month or something like that. And as you can see here, for example, you know, I just take random, you know, if I go to computer and office, okay, to show you my inside how it looks like it. They have tons of products, okay, as you can see, and you have options to filter out, okay, what is your niche, what products you're looking for. Almost every product on Amazon or in AliExpress, they have exist here inside their website. And actually, if you want also to send the products from China, you know, to get a cheaper price, they have the option. Or if you don't want, so you can send from the US warehouse, which is amazing option for us guys, okay. Wake up, okay, we don't need Amazon anymore, we don't need AliExpress anymore, we have someone reliable. Take a look how many products he have on the United States. Tons of products actually that you can play with. So this is so excited, guys. Okay, so you know, when they open the integration, it just take me huge relief right now, because I'm gonna stop with Amazon what eBay hates, you know, because we want to do drop shipping sometimes, and we send from AliExpress, we have a problems with shipping and everything, and we want to drop shipping from Amazon because it's a fast shipping. But right now we have the best solution ever. We can send from the US, from China, and also with USPS method. So think about it, you can add $1 to your offer inside eBay, Shopify, whatever, you know, and you can take reliable source, which is USPS, and you can provide better customer service, because this is the point why we are doing business here. Okay, so this is what you have, and actually you can source by video product. Okay, they also provide you videos if you want to promote, you know, you have a Shopify store or eBay, you can upload a video. They have video product, which means it sort you the products with the videos inside. Okay, they create videos, because this is actually, to be honest, I think they think about it like 6 months ago, and I tell them you have to go with that massively, you know, because a lot of people is looking to also promote outside of eBay and YouTube and all of that. So videos can be a great idea. Listable, what actually I think is, yeah, it's available right now and actually sells really good. And source, okay, so source, what is the source of the product? You know, a lot of things. Also, their images is amazing, okay, they work with all the factories, and I've heard a big announcement right now from a agent. They had a lot of warehouses and factories inside US. Also, as you can see, they have USPS, 2 to 5 days delivery from China, which is crazy, guys. Okay, so I want to give you I want to go forward. Okay, lately they open all these integrations, as you can see, which is really amazing. It's eBay, all right. They already have Shopify, and they have integration to WooCommerce. If you are doing, I don't know, drop shipping with WooCommerce website, they have integration to ShipStation, Amazon integration. Guys, you can open Amazon store with them. It's crazy. Okay, and also you can send from United States as a third third-party supplier or something like that. Integration to Wix and API keys, which means every platform you work with. But what important me actually is eBay, which is a new integration, and Shopify, which is amazing, guys. So actually, okay, it's like huge announcement right now, and today we are closing to the Christmas of 2019, and I think you have to make this change in your business, because you know, even if you connect only 2, 3, 4 products, you see the service, you see how it works, you open an account, you feel okay, you don't need to pay them also a fee for nothing, no shipment, no subscription fee, nothing. It's free. It's completely free, guys. Okay, so actually if you go to inside their platform, you can see they have training. Okay, training about every process. They have like 4 pages of training. I told them that, you know, also to do that. They did it like 1 year ago, and now they are changing their process massively, guys. And I'm going to show you how many. You already see that I send with them like 11 packages a month, and I'm a middle customer. They have customers in millions of dollars that actually all the integrations. It's actually, you know, I don't explain that, and I want to say about it. It's so easy that you don't need to deal with nothing. Okay, if order comes into your eBay store, Shopify store, Amazon store, it goes automatically to the process. Okay, and after 1-2 days, you're gonna see your tracking number in your account, and the tracking number automatically goes to your account, which is eBay, Amazon, Shopify, whatever, and it's updated automatically. You don't need to do nothing. You don't need any more a fulfillment employee to fulfill your orders, because this app is actually do all the job for you. Okay, this is my orders. Okay, this is my actual orders. You can see the dates right now. We are on August 20 2019, and you can see how many order quantity I send. I split my payments. Okay, so I pay with credit card because I have points, you know, that I collect with when I pay a lot of money with credit cards. But also, as I told you, they accept PayPal and Payoneer. And actually, I'm doing these reviews because my agent is request from me, and I'm so excited, you know, because I love them so much. So I want to send them a lot of customers, because I think when you test them and when you see actually it change all the way for you. Because think about it, if you work with Amazon, AliExpress, you know, AliExpress, I was working before, I work with them like with 60 different suppliers, and I try to connect with them. Hey, why this product not getting to this customer? Why this product is making a problem? Here, everything is automatically, and as you can see, I split the payments, okay, here, because I don't want to pay more than 1,500 bucks in my credit card, because I don't want problems with that. So I split, as you can see on, for example, August 11, I have 3 payments of each one is 700, 710, and 1,500. And if you go to the 13, you can see 2 payments, 14, 16, which is 3 days ago, 200, 1,500, and when you see this amounts here as actually when they send you refunds, if something happened or if they give you some discount, so the refunds will apply here and you just pay less. Okay, so this is the dropshipping system. This is what actually is on the way already. As you can see, orders that I pay for them like 2 days ago already on the way to the customer. It's already processed. Now let's go back to the processing, and you can see these orders is on processing, which means they are dispatched. Only one order it's already fulfilled from August 13, because you know there is some delay, but 119 orders already dispatched. This one is August 20, which is today. So I pay that right now. As you can see, 99 orders. All of those, 3 of those I pay today. It's almost 300 orders. Yeah, I think exactly 300 orders, which means it's on the way to the customers. Right now I paid it like a couple of minutes ago. And tomorrow, when the tracking number will update it, so you will see it gonna go to dispatched, and after when the 100% of orders will get tracking number, it goes to the process. Now I have on a waiting payment today, which is August 20, as you can see, additional 2 orders to pay. Okay, but what I'm doing, I pay 1 day after, because I wanted to give someone I don't know, want to cancel his order or something happened. So this is the amounts I pay them every day. I pay them like 3-4K every day, as you can see. So because My business is I work with Shopify and also eBay, so I combine both of them. eBay is really lately, you know, before the integration I work with Excel, and I have two employees that actually download orders, you know, make them on Excel and upload to CJ with Excel, because they have option to upload orders. But right now I don't need that, so I'm so happy because, you know, I saved 2 employees, and actually it cost me like 1,200 bucks a month. 2 employees, which I don't need right now, so I save a lot of money with them, with the fulfillment part. All what I need to do is just to focus on promotions and promoting my products, and that's it. What is that? Yeah, this is also, I just, you know, because probably I don't know if, you know, people is like to show screenshots. I don't like to show screenshots and how much I do and how much I make, because my revenue crossed a huge amount every month, and I don't want to actually share that, because I think this one I want to save to myself. I just want to show you how much I spend, how much I pay them, okay, which is it's actually the same, but actually what is the options they have here. This is the payments that actually you should subscribe, and the billing history, which actually you see that I am not bluff or something, you know. This is what I do with them. As you can see on August 20, what you see before, also you can see here, this is all the brief of what you pay, if it's success, how you pay that. So actually they have Stripe, you pay them with credit card, and everything is okay. All what you need to do, guys, is just open an account with CJ, okay? So you're gonna be amazed from their service and how it works, and it's really easy, guys, okay? You're gonna be happy with them, because right now you change your business model. Every product that you have right now with Shopify, every product that you have right now with AliExpress or with Amazon, or they have everything inside their platforms, okay? All what you need to do, just go inside, open the account here. The link to open the account is actually here, okay? It's bit.ly, okay? bit.ly/CJ new capital letters, okay? This is the link when you go and actually open your free account, which is completely free. And all what you need to do is just, you know, if you have a problem, also they have an amazing thing when you go to sourcing, okay? And you just put them the link to the product that actually exists on AliExpress or eBay, and they send you the SKU, which actually when you go to SKU, you just connect the product to eBay and you don't need nothing, okay? So you can start erase products from AliExpress and Amazon and stop with this disgusting drop shipping, okay? Because right now, if you go here inside, when order comes in, okay, you can set up automatically rules what to do, which I do is sending with USPS all the time. But you can do actually, okay, when order comes in, send with e-packet. When orders comes in, send with USPS. When this product, I want to send this product because it's expensive, I want to send with DHL Express 3 days, okay? And I will add this price to my actual price in my list, which is eBay, Shopify, Amazon, whatever, okay? So it's really excited, guys. Just go inside, okay? bit.ly/CJ new. This is the link when you can open a free account. And also in the video below, you can see you have the link just to open a free account. This one will change all the business model that actually you have. Also, if you don't find yourself looking for good products right now, or odd products, you know, when you feel struggle, the agents, that after you open account, you have an agent, you send them a message, okay, and you have an agent, and you ask him what is actually sell right now, what is art that actually I can publish in my eBay store, in my Shopify store, what is trendy, all right, that goes right now really well, and they share sometimes states with you. It's they don't do that usually, but what they have inside their app, if you go inside here, let me show you. They have the option on sourcing. Yeah, when you go to sourcing, I think you just ask them. I don't remember, my team is doing that on a daily basis. It can show you, it tell you what actually is sell really good, okay? Also you can sort by price, which is amazing. So this is my source, guys. You see how much I pay him every day. It's like almost 4 or 5,000 bucks. I think this is the most reliable source ever that I met. You know, I stopped with AliExpress, I stopped with Amazon, I stopped with all this crap, because this is what eBay, Facebook, you know, is looking for. And I've got my from my rep on I do a lot of I promote products on Facebook ads and my offers, and I find lately that my rep told me that they start to kick off and bend the count of people which do drop shipping. So this one is changed all the way. Okay, you can just stop, tell them that you do drop shipping, and also you're gonna get high score on Facebook, which means the feedback, you know that already. The feedback is gonna raise because your score will be high when people get packages with USPS, which means like if you promote products and you provide USPS, which is really hard to do these days with AliExpress because it's expensive, way high, you know, and here it's really cheap. So go to bit.ly, you know, CJ, bit.ly/CJNew, and enjoy. This app is actually works amazing. This I give you this link, guys, because from this link is actually you can open your free account really fast, and they will approve you really fast. Thank you so much, and I wish you a lot of success. And if you have any questions, shoot me over. Bye bye.
Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn about the photo requirements for eBay drop shipping from Amazon. These requirements are relevant also for other eBay items, even if you are selling something used from your own house. But I'm going to make a bit of a focus, a zoom in, so to speak, on things which have to do with drop shipping from Amazon to eBay. So what are the requirements? First of all, every listing has to have at least one photo. It might seem obvious, but some Amazon products, for some reason, do not have any photos at all. But if they have more than one photo, it's better. And that's because it has been proved that the more photos you have on an item, the more likely it is to sell. Every photo adds on a percentage of how much chance it will sell. Secondly, there is a minimum photo size. eBay requires that the photo should be at least 500 pixels on the longest side. What do you do if it's not? We'll see in a moment. Third, don't use borders on your photos. You know, sometimes people like to put a frame around the photo. That's very good when you want to put pictures of your family in your living room. But when you're listing something on eBay, it has to have with no border whatsoever. The only exception is if you have a natural border when you photograph it against a neutral colored backdrop. In general, when you take photos from Amazon, they have a clear white background, so there's no problem of borders. The only problem might be is if you take photos from somewhere else to add on to the listing. Fourth, watermark policy. You're not allowed to put a watermark with any information, marketing information on the item. You could have a watermark if it's your own photo and it's something proving that it belongs to you. But you can't put in things like free shipping or logos or whatever that takes away the focus on the item itself. And when you're using stock photos, they can only be used for brand new items. Stock photos are the photos which are made by the manufacturer when they advertise the item. In general, all photos which you get from Amazon for drop shipping are stock photos. And you can recognize them by the clear white background and high resolution. Now, what do you do if you have one photo from Amazon, but you want to add on more? Let's say you find them in Google Images, and you want to add them to your eBay listing in order to make it sell better. But the photo is less than 500 pixels on the longest side. What do you do? So I can recommend a simple piece of software which is free. You don't have to pay for it. You just write the word in Google, image resizer for Windows. You get a tiny piece of software to download and you install it. You then take the photo which is too small, make the right mouse button click, and then it'll give you an option of changing its size. Since, as we said, you need at least 500 pixels, so you put it either medium or large. You can have the choice of resizing the original picture, which means it'll change the original and the one which it started off with will disappear. That's what I generally do to save time. And you do resize, and the photo which you get will now be the right size for eBay. That's all for now on photo requirements. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you're going to learn how to take an item from Amazon and list it on eBay. There's a lot of information, there's a lot of details involved, and then we're going to take it step by step. So therefore, this lecture will be a bit longer than the usual lectures. First of all, for the sake of the training, I've chosen already an item on Amazon, some sort of flower pots. You have here nearly 5 stars, 4.9, customer reviews. It's a prime item, it's in stock, and it has all the information you need. And it has plenty of pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. The first thing we need to do is go into eBay, click on Sell at the top, and it opens up Start a New Listing. Inside this box, we're going to put the title of the item itself. The reason I put it over here is in order for eBay to give a recommendation on what category you should set the item. Every item which you will list on eBay has to have a category. So here they've chosen it quite accurately. Pots and window boxes. You click, continue, and you're ready to go. In this listing, there's a lot of information you need to put in. First of all, the title. eBay titles have a maximum of 80 characters, and it's recommended to utilize as much as possible of these 80 characters, because the more information you put in here, the more chance somebody will be able to find the item. In a later lecture, I will explain how to optimize the title to put in the correct search terms to make it easier to find it. But for the sake of this lecture, we'll just leave it as it is. And in fact, all the information that was in the title of Amazon, it was exactly 80 characters. Condition, it'll be new. As you can see over here, it means a brand new, unused, unopened item in its original packaging. That's exactly what we have here on Amazon. Then we need the photos. So we click here to add the photos. As I mentioned in the lecture on photos, the more photos the better, but you need at least one. And you have to select the photos. Now I don't have any photos yet. I go back to Amazon, click on one of the photos, and Amazon will open up a screen over here with the 5 photos available. Each one of the photos, you can click a right mouse button, save image as, and you save it onto your computer one by one, each of the photos. After you've saved all the photos, you now have to add them to eBay. You click on Add Photos, select, you go into your computer where you saved them, select them all, open. eBay will now upload them. If the photos are not the right size or they're too small, then eBay will reject them, and then you'll have to resize them as I explained in the lecture on photo requirements. Over here, in fact, all of them seem to fit the requirements. The only thing is you have to choose which is your main photo. I happen to like this one. I think it gives the best information, so I'm going to drag it all the way to the end, main photo, finish, and the photos are uploaded. The next thing you have to put in is the UPC. The UPC is the Universal Product Code. In the past few months, eBay has put a much greater emphasis on putting in all the item specifics, as much information as possible, in order to make it easier for the buyer to find your item. So they're particular even about the UPC. So I have to look now into the Amazon listing to see if I can find the UPC. After searching through it, sometimes it's there at the bottom. We can't find it at all. So what do? One of the solutions is to look for a ASIN to UPC converter. What is an ASIN? Every item in Amazon has an ASIN, which is the Amazon Standard Identification Number. That's a very important piece of information. When you're going to be doing drop shipping, the most important bit of information on this page will be the ASIN number. And there is a way to convert the ASIN to UPC. I copy the ASIN, and there's a little website called, appropriately, asin2upc.com. Very simple. I can put the ASIN in it, search, and it gives me the exact product which I was looking for, the UPC over here. I can copy it and transfer it back to eBay. Brand, very important. What is the brand? We go back to Amazon. It says here, manufacturer is True Days. That's fine. Model. Again, we go back to Amazon. What's the model? Maybe it's further up on top. Right. Manufacturer part number. It's like model. Collect. Copy. Put it in. Again, the MPN manufacturer part number, I can put in the same thing. The type, what is it? It's a pot. The color, multicolor, I guess. Multicolors. The material, you can see over here, material type is plastic. Size, well, all of them were 4.5 inches. So eBay is offering you information about gallons, but you can also put in 4.5 inches. Country of manufacture, I couldn't find it, so I leave it as it is. The next thing you need is detailed information about the product. So we have detailed information in a number of places. You have here, you have some information. Then you have further down below the technical details. You have product description and you have product information. All this information can be placed back into your eBay listing. So we'll start at the beginning. First of all, with writing again the title. I put the title over here again. So it should be nice and clear. Color and the information over here. And we'll call it description. And we put the information in. Then we can take information from the data technical details from here. And that's about it. The next thing we can do is to try to organize it in such a way which looks a little bit nicer. Let's say make it all size 14. Clear up a little bit of the mess. Make this bold. Maybe change the color a bit. Okay, so after you do a little bit of formatting and fixing up and color, so we have all the information we need. The title, description, color, technical details, product description and features. Make it a little bit bigger, nice, it's done. The next thing you need to do is the price. It'll be a fixed price. All of dropshipping is fixed price. You have to set the price. And that is not a simple thing to do. You need to take the price from Amazon, add on to it the fees which you will be paying to eBay and PayPal, and add on to that also a little bit of your profit. So you need to decide here the price. Quantity, generally we do good till canceled, which means it keeps relisting again and again after 30 days. You'll need to put in your PayPal information, your shipping preferences, return policy, and a number of other details which we'll be explaining in a separate lecture. And that's it. But as you can see, it takes a few minutes, even if you have practice, to get all the information from Amazon to eBay in order to create a fully fledged listing ready to run on eBay. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn how to price an item on eBay when you source it on Amazon. Take, for example, this Brother High Yield Black Toner. On Amazon, it costs $44.57. How much should you sell it for on eBay in order to cover your costs and to earn a profit? When you use a repricing monitor, then the monitor should be able to calculate it automatically. So in this case, this particular item, which costs $44.57 on Amazon, will cost $55.30 on eBay. How do you get to it? The pricing is divided up into two parts. The break-even price, which we have over here on the left, we calculate it at 18.5%. And then your personal profit. So how does that work step by step? First of all, to calculate your break-even price, which means the price you need to charge in order not to lose money, you have to go through a number of factors. First of all, there is the eBay fee. eBay charges 10% of your final value fee, which is the price that you charge your customer. If you charge your customer $10, eBay will take $1. If you charge your customer $100, eBay will take $10. If you have an eBay store, eBay then will charge you only 9%, so $9 out of $100. That fee obviously has to go on your customer. The next thing you have to take into account is PayPal fees. It depends very much on where you are located and also what type of business you have. So the highest level of fee which PayPal will charge you could be 3.9% of the amount you received plus 30 cents. That's the high end. If you have a merchant rate, which means you are selling beyond a certain amount, if I'm not mistaken, it's approximately $10,000 a month of sales, they might charge you only 2.9%. But on average, this here is the amount that PayPal will charge you, approximately 3 to 4%. The next thing you need to take into account is United States sales tax, which Amazon will charge you. Now, of the 50 states, not every state charges sales tax. And the ones that do, it depends on which state the product is being sent to. It can average between 3% to 8%. Approximately 35% of the states pay 8%. So we're going to take into account as if it's a 3% average across any state where you're selling it to, which obviously your buyer has to cover it. Just to make it clear, let's look at Wikipedia, what they say about sales tax. Wikipedia on sales tax in the United States writes here a list of all the states and what they charge. You look down below, you have here, I'll make it a little bit bigger so it should be clear. And you can see some states charge 4, 0, 5.6, 7.2. Each state has its own charges, some are 0. And it also depends on what type of product. Is it groceries, food, prescription drugs, clothing? Each material, each product has a different price. Therefore, we gave it as an average across all sales. There'll be approximately 3% that you have to charge your customer in order so you should not lose money. The next thing to take into account is foreign currency exchange. If you're in the United States, and obviously you don't have to take care of that problem, but if you're in any other country and you're trying to earn a living from eBay, then you'll need to transfer it into your own currency. So on average, you'll need to pay approximately 1.5% foreign currency exchange when you want to cash in the money and put it into your own account. So let's put all these items together. You have 10% eBay at maximum. You have approximately 4% on PayPal. You have approximately 3% United States sales tax and approximately 1.5% foreign currency exchange, which means a total of 18.5% fees which is your break-even point before you begin to earn profit. Just to make things clear, the break-even price is calculated from the eBay price and not from the Amazon price. That's because eBay and PayPal and foreign currency exchange are calculated from the final amount which you get into your PayPal account, which is the eBay price. So 18.5% is what you need to add on to your price in order to cover any losses. And all of that is before you begin to charge a profit. So how much then should you charge a profit? Our suggestion is to charge 50 cents profit. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but 50 cents profit means when you first sell the item, charge a minimal amount of profit. Once the item sells one time, it's easier to sell it again because then it'll show up on the listing sold once. And then you can raise it to $1, $1.50, or $2, or $2.50, and so on, depending on the price of the product that you're selling, depending on how many times you sell it, and depending upon how active your account is. So it's 18.5% break even, and then at a beginning price, you start off at $0.50, and you go up until you reach some sort of level, whether it's $2.50 or $3 per item, which will be your final profit. That's it for calculating profits and expenses on your eBay items. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn how to create a top-selling title on eBay. If you look into a search page where I put the word flashlight as an example, you will see that the titles are quite different one from the other. Each one puts in slightly different words. Some write long titles. This has one line. This has two lines. And this has a very short line. Each one is different. And even when the items are similar and identical, in fact, different sellers will use different titles. And that's because each one wants to be unique. So they'll stand out. But there's one very important principle when it comes to putting an item on eBay. And that is you need to use words which people use when they are searching for an item. For example, one doesn't search with a word like the best. You don't write the best flashlight because who in the world would search on eBay for the best flashlight? You look for flashlight. You don't write a word like top brand flashlight because no one writes the word brand when they're looking for a flashlight. You don't write fantastic or awesome. These are things you can put into Google when you want to look for the best flashlights, and then Google will send you to a review of the best flashlights, not on eBay. In eBay, you will only use words which people use when they are searching for a particular item. So let's start by choosing an item on Amazon and seeing how we can build a title for eBay. Here you have a rechargeable bundle, Olight M1X Striker 1000 lumens LED flashlight, genuine Olight 18650 battery, LumenTac recharger and pouch. Obviously this is more than 80 characters, so if you use an auto lister to transfer the material from Amazon to eBay, some of these words will be truncated, will be cut off. And maybe the ones which are critical will be cut off. So what words do you have to choose? A few important points. Number one, it comes to brand. This is an Olight brand. Personally, I haven't heard of an Olight brand. Maybe someone did. But when a brand is not that well known, this might be, but I don't think it is, then you don't have to put that word into eBay because a person will not look for the word Olight. The same thing also with the brand, with the model number. Does a person look for an M1X? You'll only look for a particular model if it's a famous brand and a famous model. For example, if you're looking for a telephone, then you would write a word like iPhone, and you'll also write the model number 6 or 5 or whatever model you're looking for, because these are well-known brands and well-known numbers. Or if you want to buy a car, you write the word Porsche. And the 911 is a well-known sports car in the Porsche brand, so you write Porsche 911. But when you're looking for a flashlight, you will not necessarily look for an Olight M1X. So one can cut out these words from the title, including the word striker. So what is critical over here? Flashlight is definitely critical. It's a rechargeable Bundle, well, a person doesn't look for a bundle. So a rechargeable flashlight should be important. LED, that's a type of light that's important. 1,000 lumens, that's how powerful the light is. Very important. Battery, well, rechargeable battery, that could be important. Lumen tack, not so sure. Recharger, might be. Pouch, well, a person doesn't really look for a pouch when they're buying a rechargeable battery. That's really an extra. So let's see how we can build a title within the eBay system. You have here eBay, press sell, and now we have the listing creation page. You write here, rechargeable flashlight. Rechargeable flashlight, that's a good place to start. You choose a category, you have here flashlights, continue. eBay will give you some suggestions. If it's not exactly what you're looking for, you just go continue with your listing. And now we're ready to start building the listing. So you have here a rechargeable flashlight. By the way, it is advisable to make every letter capital. Rechargeable flashlight. What else do we have from the original words? 1,000 lumen, LED. That can also be important. 1,000 lumen LED. Genuine, well, obviously a person's not looking for a fake flashlight. The particular type of battery, not so sure. So how we're going to find more words to put on this listing? To fill up 80 characters. Here is a free tool which can help you build your title. It's called Title Builder. It's title-builder.com. Press get your item title and let's start building something. Let's see what it gives us. So here we have flashlight, LED, rechargeable, torch. Torch is an important point because some people call a flashlight a torch. Some people in fact also call it a lamp. Cree is an important word. Battery. Tactical. Interesting. Why is tactical? If you look back in the Amazon listing, you'll see it has the word aggressive striking bezel. That means this flashlight can also be used as a self-protection device. So that is what it means by tactical. So tactical might be good. So we have here Cree, we have tactical, lumens we put in, let's them add them on. We still have 27 characters. What else can we put over here to fill it up? By the way, it's worthwhile adding as many words as possible. If you have 80 characters, use them all. Don't waste space. So we can add here torch, which we saw before. We can write battery. So we have rechargeable battery flashlight, 1,000 lumens, LED, tactical, Cree, torch. What else? Another thing we might add on is either XM or XML. Let's check in Amazon what they have. You have to make sure that you're putting in words which are actually in the original description. So it has here, equipped with Cree XML2. So maybe XML2 can be useful to put in. And we're left with 7 characters. Another thing would be the 18650. It seems, according to this program, that a person might look for an 18650. So we'll put that into. It's a rechargeable 18650 battery flashlight, 1,000 lumens, LED, tactical, Cree, XML2 torch. And we've covered just about everything. There's only 1 character left. That will give us the maximum exposure to what people are actually looking for without writing the model or the brand name, because these are the functions which people look for. Another point to remember is not to use unnecessary letters. In other words, don't write exclamation marks or asterisks. Nobody looks for them. Use only the words which people will look for. And one of the best tools for doing so is this title builder at title-builder.com. It's a free tool. Anyone can use it. It helps you build it. You can choose the words. Just remember, when you choose words that are listed over here, confirm that on Amazon they actually are in the description, because you're not going to promise something which the manufacturer has not promised. That's it for building a winning and successful title on eBay. Good luck and see you in the next lecture.
Hi there. I'm very excited about this lecture because this is the core of the dropshipping business. The essence of how to make a simple process into a full-time, successful business which will bring you profit day in, day out. And the topic is dropshipping software and automation. Is it a luxury or an absolute necessity? Let's go through the process of how to handle the items which are dropshipping from Amazon to eBay. First of all, there is the issue of listing itself. As you might have seen in one of the previous lectures, the process of listing an item from Amazon to eBay has many steps. You have to take care of the title, the photos, even changing the size of photos, the description, item specifics, business policy, and last but not least, the price. To calculate the price of each item so that it'll cover the cost of eBay fees, PayPal fees, and make you a little profit in the end. And then, of course, there's Vero, that you don't want to list an item which the owner of the item is against reselling without his permission. And this can change right in the middle. Today, it could be a permissible item to list. Tomorrow, the owner says no. And then you are transgressing one of the major rules of eBay. And then there's frequent price changes, items going out of stock, items with sudden shipping costs, and delayed availability of items. And I'll explain. According to Amazon statistics, Amazon changes its prices more than 2.5 million times a day. That doesn't mean, of course, on one item, but in total, with the tens of millions of items that Amazon is distributing, there are 2.5 million changes a day. That's not only price, that's also availability and time of shipping and shipping costs, a lot of changes. To take an example, here's one item which in a 24-hour period, there were 8 price changes on one item in one day. That's a lot of changes. Now just imagine you are listing an item from Amazon which costed $10 and you want to sell it on eBay for $16. So you take into account your eBay fees, your PayPal fees, and a little profit. And then suddenly the price goes down. Well, if it goes down to $8, then you've earned another $2, which is wonderful. But what happens if the price goes up? It goes up to $16. Then not only you're not gaining, but you stand to lose with money out of the pocket. How do you control that? For example, there's the issues of out of stock. You see, this item maybe a few hours ago was available for sale and suddenly becomes currently unavailable. This item was selling with free shipping, and then suddenly $5.95 is tacked onto the price. Who covers that extra cost of shipping, you or your buyer? And how do you handle it? Then there's the case of the delayed availability. This over here is done before July the 6th, 2016. So whatever time you're watching this video, this was delayed shipping for over a week. What do you do then? If you promise to deliver the item up to a certain date and then suddenly it becomes delayed, then who carries the cost and who takes responsibility? Altogether, there are many issues involved that you have to take care of all the time. So when you want to list items on eBay, which you're drop shipping from Amazon, you have to monitor and manage a lot of little details in order to keep your business profitable.
Of course, you can list, monitor, and manage a few items on eBay a few hours a day. If every hour you're going to go into Amazon and check out the price and check out the availability. But once your business starts to expand and you're dealing with tens and hundreds and maybe even thousands of items on eBay, it is nearly impossible to monitor every item, what's going on in Amazon with its 2.5 million changes, in order to keep the prices and the availability on eBay correct and profitable 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With the correct dropshipping software, you can handle it. You can run your business profitably and rest assured that the prices and the availability are being managed, monitored, and taken care of. If you want more information about a dropshipping software solution, I would suggest looking in the link to the blog post in the next section, where you can get some suggestions and good solutions. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture.
Hi there. In this lecture, you're going to see step by step how one can list an item from Amazon to eBay using a dropshipping software. Aviv and David have their own preferences, which is the DShop Price Protector, but there are other solutions on the market. This is the one which we are most familiar with, and we find it to be effective, efficient, and comparatively low priced. So I'm going to show you now step by step how one can simply list an item from Amazon to eBay. So let's take it, for example, this item, an Eagle Creek Undercover Money Belt DLX. How do you list it? What you need is the ASIN, the Amazon Standard Identification Number. Where do you get it from? There are two places. You can either click over here where it shows a symbol of an email, and you have it, this number over here. The second place one can find the ASIN is further down below. You can see it over here, the ASIN, it's the same one. You can copy it. Now you go over to the dropshipping software, and you have here, it's on US site, source is Amazon, source product ID, that's the ASIN. I click it in. Here you have a number of different options. One of the strip HTML. That's in order so the Amazon page shouldn't accidentally put in extra code into your listing, which can cause damage to your listing on eBay. Uniquify images means it makes the images slightly different than they are on Amazon to make them stand out better, and also to suggest a category. Let's see how it works. I press import info from source. What do we have here? First of all, what is the image about in 3 keywords or more? That means that the photos will also be labeled with the words with the title of the item. Then you have here the title itself. As we know, you can put in up to 80 characters inside a title. So we can in fact add on more, like the word travel or bag or purse, and so on and so forth. It gives the break-even price, which means how much fees you'll be paying to eBay and PayPal. It shows the profit which you want to set for yourself, and the final price that will be in eBay. It also shows here the category. The system automatically selects a category for you, which in this case is money belt and wallets. But if you want, you can choose a different category too by putting in the different number. It has the UPC, which is the Universal Product Code. That's a very important thing because eBay does not allow to list items without a UPC. And then it has the brand name and an MPN, which is the manufacturer part number, and also an important point. The lister also shows the dimensions of the product, whether it's good to cancel or 30-day listing or whatever it might be. Generally use good to cancel. The quantity is 1. How many handling days? I choose 3 days. And then it collects all the photos from the Amazon listing to put up on eBay. You can choose which photos you want to use, and you can also choose which is your main photo. In this case, I'll keep it as the default. And then it also extracts all the information which is on the page of Amazon.
I can format it if I want by making it bold, by changing the size. I can even change the color of some of the text if I want to. Make it, let's say, blue. And it has here all information I need. It'll even extract a photo, an extra photo for the listing itself. And when I'm ready, I press submit, and that's it. I will have a fully fledged eBay listing ready, up and running. That's it for now on eBay listing with dropshipping software. Hi there. In this lecture, you will see how to monitor and manage your items, your eBay listings with dropshipping software. As you can see at the bottom, you have a list of items which are in this particular account. For example, if you hover your mouse above it, you can see a picture of the item. When you click on the link on the left, you will see the item in Amazon. If you click it on the right, you will see the corresponding item on eBay. Here's an item which sold 4 times. It's going nicely. You have here the ASIN, the Amazon number, the price that it's selling on Amazon, the price that it's selling on eBay, how many were sold, how much profit you're earning on this particular item. In addition, you have a whole bunch of filters. For example, in this window, you can put in an eBay item number after you've sold the item, and it'll show immediately the corresponding Amazon item. So when you sell an item, you can immediately go into Amazon and order it and send it to your buyer. In addition, you can select items which are under protection. For example, when I click over here, it'll show all the items which are locked. That means they are out of stock, or there's some other problem with the availability of the item, and the item now shows a little lock over here, and when I'll click on the eBay number, I will find an item which says 0 available. That means that no one can buy it because obviously it is not available on Amazon for sale. On the left, I have the configuration mod, which means I make choices about how I want my items monitored and listed. So for here, for example, it shows that all the Amazon products can only come from the buy box, which is the first front page of the Amazon listing. But I can also choose that the Amazon item will come from the suppliers table, which is other sellers that sell on Amazon but are not on the front page. I can choose to have only Prime items, to allow add-ons or not, and how many days shipping is available from the sellers. I can choose here the break-even number, which means how much fees I will have to pay beyond the price of the Amazon product itself before I begin to earn a profit. In this case, we define it as 18.5%, which includes 10% fees for eBay and approximately 3% for PayPal, plus any taxes, domestic taxes, which we pay to the US government. All these are included in the break even. And then I have the profit, which I want to earn for myself. In this case, I set it as $1, but I can sell it as $2 or $3, depending on how many times the item is sold and how popular it is. And then allow protected mod, which means when an item is out of stock, what do I want to happen with it? So I've defined it as quantity 0, as we saw in one of the listings. That means a person cannot buy it once it's in protected mod. Further down, I can make all kinds of changes in the item. For example, I choose 3 particular items randomly, and I can either relist them, I can change the profit, I can change the quantity, delete them from the monitor, and do many other very important functions with these things. In addition, I can also decide how often the monitor checks my items on Amazon. So here it's set for 4 hours. It can be more, but of course one is not going to do it less frequently than 4 hours. During holiday season, when items tend to go out of stock very quickly, I can also upgrade this to every 2 hours to be checked.
And since it's every 4 hours, it shows here that the last time the software checked my item was 69 minutes ago. And the next time will be in another little under 3 hours that it'll check. Once it checks the prices, it will update all the prices which have changed. It'll put items which are no longer available into protected mod, 0 quantity that cannot be purchased. Basically, this software is monitoring and repricing my items 24 hours a day around the clock, and I don't have to touch it at all. It's all done automatically, which saves me a tremendous amount of headache, hassle, and work, of course. That's it about dropshipping software on automation. See you in the next lecture. Hi there, and congratulations on your first sale. After all the preparation of setting up the accounts, finding a good product to sell, and listing it on eBay, you finally made it. It's such an exciting experience. But I'll be honest with you, I was quite nervous the first time that I sold something on eBay. So I'm going to share with you the step-by-step method to get the item safely from Amazon to your customer on eBay. First things first, how do you know you get a sale? Either you received an email from eBay or from PayPal or both. Secondly, you will see it in your account if you're online in the site of eBay. And number 3, if you're using a smartphone eBay app, then you'll have the classic cha-ching sound going off, which is a wonderful sound to hear knowing that you made a sale. So the first thing you do is you go into your eBay sales account and check out the sales record of the item that was sold. You'll find it either in My eBay Sales, or if you have a Selling Manager or a Selling Manager Pro, depending on your level. You have here's an example of a sales record. Pardon me if on occasion some of the information will be covered up with a green box, but I'm obligated to protect the privacy of my buyers, as these are real live cases from today or yesterday. So you have here the eBay sales record. This is the buyer's username, the item number, and the name of the item, the amount, the price, and the date. Another point over here is if you have a $sign which is black, that means that the money went into your PayPal account and you're ready to ship. The second thing I do is click on this number and I go deeper into the eBay sales record, and here I have more information about the sale. You have the buyer's user ID, their email if you need to contact them, their full address, their telephone number, again the information about the item that they purchased. I can ship the item based on the address written over here in the eBay sales record. But usually I prefer to go into the PayPal account and copy the address from there. So I have here the PayPal account. Here's a PayPal record. There are a few important points to notice. Number 1, it says here, OK to ship. Unless you have an OK to ship, you do not send the item. That means there might be a problem with the payment. So OK to ship is a good thing. Then you have the buyer's address. It should be the same address as in eBay. On occasion, there'll be slight differences in the name of the buyer. I generally ship to the address and name as it's written in the PayPal account, because then PayPal will give me seller protection on the sale. From here, I have the item number. The item number is important to know in order to identify what is the Amazon item number. Now, if you have just a couple of items, that shouldn't be a problem. You keep track of them all. But if you have tens or hundreds of items, then you're going to need to have a way to keep track of the item number in eBay and the item number, its parallel counterpart in Amazon. You can use an Excel chart or some other spreadsheet, but eventually it gets cumbersome. I prefer to use dropshipping software. So you can use a spreadsheet to keep track of your eBay versus Amazon item numbers. I personally prefer to use some sort of dropshipping software which keeps track of the item numbers, and I don't have to search for it. So over here I'll put in the
item number from eBay, and after a click, it'll give me the item number in Amazon. You see, this is the ASIN, Amazon Standard Identification Number. And this is how I find the item on Amazon. So we have here the name of the item sold and the item number in Amazon with the price. The next stage is I go into Amazon.com and put the same number into the Amazon search box. That'll get me to the item itself. As you can see, it's a TeraBand light set of 3. Here's the price, Prime. I click on the item and it's ready to order. So you have here a few bits of information. It's price. It says it's available at lower price from other sellers, but without free shipping. And it says it's in stock, but may require an extra 1 to 2 days to process. That really shouldn't bother us because you do have time to ship it. And nevertheless, if you see that it says here it won't be in stock for a bit of time, you might have to give the buyer a warning. And then add to cart, you click it and put it inside your shopping cart over here. It's added to the cart, you see it's 10:35, proceed to checkout. When you reach this window, you have here an important point. There is an option to click, this order contains a gift. And that is an important thing to do because you don't want your buyer to receive your invoice. Your invoice will say that the price was $10.35. If you look back at your eBay sale, you'll see that they paid $14.71, which is a different price. So in general, you want to click on this is a gift, and then they will not receive an invoice at all. The next stage is to put in the shipping address. The default shipping address, the one which is under here, is my own home address. And here I have an address of one of my previous buyers. You click over here, add a new address, which opens up a window, and you give here all the information. As I said, I prefer to put in the PayPal address because PayPal guarantees it. You have the name. Sometimes you have 2 address lines. It might be a street number, and this might be some sort of shipping code or forwarding code which the buyer put in, or care of, whatever it might be. City, state, zip code, country. It'll always be United States, even if you are shipping international. You'll ship to an address in the United States, and eBay Global Shipping will forward it overseas. And a phone number. There are 2 options over here. You can put in either the phone number as it was in the eBay account, or you can write a random number like 9999999. There are pros and cons to each one of them. If on one hand, if you put in the telephone number and the item is somehow delayed, then the shipping company will contact the buyer, which can be a good thing. On the other hand, they might inform them that this is Amazon speaking, and again, you'd prefer that Amazon will not contact your buyer directly. I prefer to write 999-999-9999. Weekend delivery, generally I leave it alone. Default, they'll ship whether it's on the weekend or not. But if you see that the address is a business address, then put in do not ship on the weekend. The next stage is a gift receipt. As we said, gift receipt, the price will be hidden on the receipt so the buyer does not see what price you paid for it. And you have here a little gift message. I like to write in some sort of personal note. Thank you for buying in my store. It gives the buyer more of a personal feeling that you, the seller on eBay, are in contact with them. Save gift options and continue. The next stage is payment. So you have here the shipping address is covered, the gift receipt, and your paying information. There are a number of options. Either you can pay by credit card, especially if you have a US dollar credit card, or you can connect a bank account if you have a US based checking account, or you can put in a gift card. Usually I use gift cards because then I can buy them with my PayPal account, and then you just put in I think it's 12-digit code, apply, and it's paid for. The last stage is just checking the shipping information. Here there are two options. There's either free 2-day shipping, 2 business days, or there's free standard shipping. Depending on what kind of Amazon account you might have, you have one of these two options. If you have a standard Amazon account, then you will get free standard shipping if you purchase above a certain amount in each order. But whatever it is, you only ship free because your buyer on eBay will not be covering the cost of your shipping. And you place your order, and that's it. You've made your first sale, processed it, and shipped it out. The only thing left to do is in a day or two, you'll get a tracking number from Amazon by email, and that tracking number you'll have to put in to your account in order so the buyer will know that it has been shipped and when to expect it. But for tracking numbers, that I'll put in a separate lecture. Bye for now.
Hi there. This lecture might be considered the most important lecture of the entire course, and I've called it How to Give Awesome Customer Service. Every person comes to this business with a different skill set. Some have more technical skills, some have business skills, some have language. The lucky ones have them all. But not everyone does. Nevertheless, everybody needs to be able to give awesome customer service. Because one thing is for sure, when you make your customers happy, you will earn money from them. When you don't make your customers happy, then even if you have all the other skills in abundance, you won't be able to earn money as well and maybe even lose. And I'm going to give some examples. Number one, answer your customers' questions as quickly as you can. You're going to be getting a lot of questions over the course of a business career. People send you messages on eBay, but make sure when you answer it, you research all the facts first. And I'll explain. They're asking you a question about a product on eBay. Maybe you've never even met this product before. You just took it from Amazon after all. So look up the website in Amazon, look up the listing and check out the facts and make sure you have all the information before you give the answer to your customer. Because as far as your customer is concerned, you are the expert on this item if you're after all selling it. So it's better to delay another hour than respond impulsively and correct it later. When you're answering questions, try to write as carefully as possible, especially if you're giving an answer on the mobile eBay app on your smartphone. When you're texting to your friends, it's all right to make spelling mistakes. But when you're sending a messenger to a customer, it doesn't look very professional if you're not writing it carefully and clearly. So answer all your customers' questions in a friendly, professional, and respectful manner. Answer like a person, not like a robot. Often you can see, and I've noticed it in many companies, that when you ask a question, you get an answer which seems to be a copy-paste from some template, not really relating to you as a person, but rather as if a robot is printing out the information. You're allowed to use templates. If you get certain kind of questions again and again, it's fine to write them out in advance and just do copy-paste. But make sure that the question and answer are related one to another, and it doesn't sound like you are talking like a robot. If you do so, your customers will be happy even when you make a mistake and admit it. You will make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Make sure to admit when you did so. Never lie to your customers. Assume they're just as smart as you are. It's better to make a mistake and do your best to correct it. And if you can't correct it, say, I tried, this is what I've done, explain, and that's all you can do. Another few points. As we mentioned, honesty and respect. When you're speaking to people, when you're writing to them, try to treat them how you want to be treated if you are the customer. Courteousness means not just giving short yes or no answers. And what do I mean? A person asks you a question. Does the item have a particular feature? Answering just yes or no, and that is it, is not a courteous answer. Instead, say, hello, thank you for your question, thank you for your interest,
yes, it is such and such, or no, it is such and such. And then sign off, yours, or respectfully, or sincerely, or have a nice day, and with your name at the end. Be professional. Answer every single message. Go through your eBay message list and make sure that every single one of them has a little arrow showing that you have answered it. Don't leave any question, even if it seems as silly as can be, unanswered. Give positive feedback. What do I mean? Just like you want to get feedback for your business, give your customers feedback. Maybe they're also selling on eBay and they also want to have feedback. There are different ways of looking at it. Some people only give positive feedback after they get positive feedback from the buyer. And some give positive feedback as soon as they get paid. My personal feeling is once a person has paid me, they've done what they need to do. So I give positive feedback. I believe it gives a good feeling to the buyer that they too will give good feedback. Go the extra mile. If you can help out your customer and it doesn't cost you extra, and sometimes even if it does cost you another $1, it's worthwhile putting a little bit more effort to make them happy. And show concern and interest. Let's say they say, I'd like you to send it as soon as possible because it's for a birthday. So you can write, well, wish you well on the birthday. If they say, I need it because I'm going on a trip overseas, you can write, yeah, I'll do my best to get it to you on time and have a safe and happy trip. It makes it seem more human. Then there are customer service issues like returns, cancellations, lost items, defective and broken items. Make sure to take care of the returns quickly. There's a process. We have a lecture in this course about how to do returns and cancellation. Take care of it as soon as possible and inform your buyer the return process is in the works. The cancellation has been done. You lost an item, contact Amazon, make sure that they have a replacement being sent before you respond to your customer, and then write them a letter. Defective and broken items, make sure you apologize and say, I'm very sorry that it arrived broken. I'm sorry that it's missing a part. And then say, the replacement item is on the way, or if you have to return it, whatever you have to do, be courteous. If you're working with the global shipping program, then you will get international customers. Some of them might not speak English. For some of them, it might not be their primary language. And you will occasionally get messages in a different language. It might be in Russian or in German or one of the Spanish languages. Anything can happen. If you can, give them short responses in their own language. Use Google Translate. It's a great tool. When I receive questions in a different language, I also use Google Translate. Try to understand their needs. After all, they're in a different country. Maybe they have a different electrical system which needs to be addressed. Maybe there's other issues that have to be addressed. Try to do your best to fit into what they need. Last but not least, the customer is always right is nice in theory, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes the customer really isn't right, but your job is to do your best to make them feel that they are right. In other words, even if you tell them, no, I can't help you, still make them feel good about it, that you have done the best you can, you've done the extra mile, and still you weren't able to solve their problem. We are all human. In the end, when you do your best to make the customer happy, you will be able to earn money much easier and faster. That's it for now. Good luck. Hi there. One of the most important things you need to do after you dropship your item from Amazon to eBay is, after a day or two, upload your shipment tracking information. The reason why you need to do that is because it first of all reassures the buyer that the item is shipped and when it is expected to arrive. And it's also important both for eBay and PayPal as proof of delivery, so you'll be covered if the buyer claims it wasn't received. Here eBay itself writes on their website, improve buyer experience, buyer confidence. It improves feedback because when the buyer receives their tracking number, they're more likely to give you good feedback. Seller efficiency and seller protection, very important. You should strive to reach 100% tracking numbers in the system. Now, not every type of tracking number is recognized by eBay. Most are, some are not. For example, Amazon uses many carriers to ship your items. It might be UPS, it might be United States Postal Service, FedEx, LaserShip, OnTrack, many other companies. And these companies, in fact, are recognized by eBay. And when you enter it into the system, eBay will consider it as proof of delivery, and it'll go towards your rating as a seller. If you reach over 90% of tracking information, which is confirmed, then it'll help towards your rating as a top-rated seller. But there are companies like Amazon's own shipping carriers, which are not recognized by eBay. For example, AMZL_US or Amazon Logistics are not recognized by eBay as proof of delivery. The reason for that is, for example, when you use a UPS tracking number and you put it in to their website, the buyer has proof, and you also have proof that it was delivered and when. On the other hand, the Amazon personal carriers, you can only prove it within the Amazon system. So if someone is not in your Amazon account, there is no proof of delivery. That is why eBay only gives you credit as a seller for carriers which have independent proof of delivery and not only within the Amazon system. However, there is really nothing you can do about it because Amazon will ship with whatever company they wish, whether you like it or not, and we simply have to deal with it. So, whatever the case might be, make sure you put your tracking numbers into the system. Let's take, for example, this item, press track package, and you get the information UPS. This is a tracking number. You enter it into the system, you have proof of delivery, and you're covered. So how do you enter the tracking information? There are two ways, one through PayPal and one through eBay. In most cases, when you enter the tracking number into PayPal, it'll automatically transfer to eBay, and the other way around too. The exception is when you have tracking numbers of Amazon like AMZL US and Amazon Logistics, where eBay will not accept it. So you enter it into PayPal, nevertheless you register by eBay that it was shipped. No proof of tracking, but shipped. Let's show how it's done. For example, in the PayPal system, you go into the PayPal account, you have here at the bottom add tracking information, press the button. It shows up a little screen, order status, shipped. You put in the tracking number, you choose the shipping company, and save. If it's Amazon shipping company, then you make other, and you do either AMZL US or Amazon Logistics. Again, save, and it's entered into PayPal. The second option is to enter the tracking number into the eBay system. So you go where the item is located, and here it says tracking number, add, and you have again the tracking number. You enter it in UPS, save, and you're done. That's it for tracking numbers. See you in the next lecture.
Hello, everybody. Part of good customer service is knowing how to cancel an order. That's right, not only shipping the order on time and giving tracking numbers and communicating with your buyer when they need something is part of customer service. Also, canceling it when you need to is part of the service that you give a customer. For example, the customer sends you a message saying that they made a mistake and they thought they were buying something else and they thought it was bigger or smaller or a different color, or maybe they found it cheaper on a different site. All that can happen. They can also say that their kid pressed the button and ordered it without their permission. Anything is possible.
So now you have an order that needs to be canceled. What do? The first thing you need to do is figure out whether you have put through the order or not. It could be they will cancel it before you had a chance to process the order. In that case, the procedure is quite simple. You go into the sales account, you click on the little button down over here, and it says cancel order. It'll then open up an option asking you, why do you want to cancel the order? And you have two options. The buyer asks to cancel the order, or there's an issue with the buyer's address, or I am out of stock and can't fulfill the order for another reason. As much as possible, you must avoid clicking on the first button saying that you're out of stock. That means you gave bad customer service. But we're talking about in the case when the customer asked to cancel the order. In that case, you press the buyer asked to cancel the order, which is perfectly fine. Then you click here the button continue, and eBay will immediately cancel it and refund the money through your PayPal account without any further ado. This is the procedure if you haven't yet processed the order through Amazon. If you have processed the order to Amazon, then it depends on whether the item has been shipped or not. If the item has been shipped, in that case, you'll just need to take the tracking number, put it into the order, and inform the buyer that you're very sorry, it's impossible to cancel, and that is it. They have then two options, either to refuse to receive the order and then it goes back to Amazon automatically, or they can ship it back at their own expense since they requested to cancel the order. But once it's shipped out, there really is nothing you can do beyond waiting until the item comes back. After it comes back and you receive confirmation from Amazon, then you can do what I showed before and cancel the order. Then there's the middle situation, when it has not been shipped. If it has not been shipped, that does not mean automatically that you can cancel the order. You first have to check with Amazon whether it is already too late. So you press the button, cancel items. You'll then get a window saying shipping soon, cancellation isn't guaranteed. And Amazon will ask you for a reason. It can be many reasons. You can usually write order created by mistake. And then you press request cancellation. Amazon will check in their system whether it is already beyond stopping, and then they will inform you, sorry, we can't cancel, and then you just let it run through, including the tracking number, etc. On the other hand, if it's still at an early stage, you will then get an email saying, we have canceled the order. After that, you go back to the eBay account and you process the cancellation, continue, and the order is done. That's it for cancellations. Hi there. Part of good customer service is knowing how to process a return request. That is, whether the buyer sends you a message within the eBay system asking to return an item, or whether they open a case in the eBay system with a return. There can be many reasons for a buyer to want to return the item. Either because there is really a defect in it, a part is missing, it arrived broken, or the wrong size was sent, the wrong color, it doesn't look like the description on the website. There are many possibilities. On the other hand, the buyer might want to return it because they changed their mind, because they ordered it by mistake, or because they found it cheaper somewhere else. That's called buyer remorse. The difference between the two, when the item is defective to when the item is fine but the buyer changed their mind, buyer remorse, is that when it's defective, you have to return it, free shipping, at your expense, so to speak. When there's buyer remorse, then you return it at the expense of the buyer. And let's see the process step by step. First of all, you go into your account where it says your name, it has there your orders. Imagine the buyer sent you a message or opened the case asking to return the item. You find the specific item you're referring to, and you click on return or replace items. Amazon will then request to know why you're returning this item. Let's check the responses. Inaccurate website description, product and shipping box damage, item defective. These are the reasons why Amazon should return the item at their expense. and therefore it'll be free shipping. But if it's better price available, or you bought it by the mistake, or you don't need it anymore, then obviously the buyers are going to have to pay for the return. Let's check out both possibilities. Product and shipping box damaged. Okay, they want to know what happened. Box broken, item busted. Continue. Then they will sometimes give you an option to send a replacement. In this case, the seller is saying we'll send you a replacement of the exact item free of charge. That's one possibility. The second possibility is a refund. So they say we'll process your refund to the original payment method, and let's see how it works. Continue. Over here you see a number of possibilities. There's either a UPS drop-off, which means your buyer will bring it to the local UPS store in the United States, or a UPS pickup, which means a UPS driver will come to their shipping address to pick it up. In both cases, it's free of charge. Or if the buyer wants to ship and pay it by themselves, which generally should be no reason for them to have to do so. In both options, the cost of shipping it back is Amazon's. Generally, it is advisable to choose the UPS pickup. And the reason for that is the buyer doesn't have to do anything at all. They just wait until the UPS driver comes to their residence, their address, picks it up. UPS takes care of the label. There really is nothing further than to do. You just got to check the address that it's the correct address, and that is it. Submit. Occasionally, the buyer will prefer to have a UPS drop-off. So in that case, the system will print out a label, and this label you can send to the buyer to attach to the package and drop it off at a UPS store. The process in this case is quite simple. The item is defective for whatever reason. You inform Amazon, make the choice usually of the UPS pickup. You make the submit and you have the information for the buyer. You will then inform the buyer through the system. The process then is simple. You make the choice of UPS pickup. You then inform the buyer that a UPS driver will come to pick it up within 1 or 2 business days, and they should have the item ready for transfer. The item will be transferred to the UPS driver, and within a couple of days it'll arrive back at Amazon. You'll be informed of the delivery, and you can refund your buyer. On the other hand, if the buyer tells you that they changed their mind, buyer's remorse, it was too expensive, for example, a better price, continue. In that case, the shipping will be at the expense of the buyer. And you see here, they have the option of the UPS drop-off where they'll be paying, as you see, $11.44 for the shipment, or UPS pickup, it'll be $17.44, more expensive. Whatever the case may be, the buyer pays. One last point before we conclude. After you process the item on Amazon, you need to inform your buyer on eBay what is going to happen. That a UPS driver will come to their residence address within a day or 2, and that as soon as the item is back at your warehouse, storehouse, then you'll refund their money in full. Therefore, you need to keep track of what's going on in Amazon. You go into your account over here, check out return or replace items. You have here manage returns. And here will be the information about the orders that are waiting for return. In this case, this happens to be an order which the buyer returned at their expense. But you have here the order number, the return authorization, which is a number that you will send your buyer in case they return it at their expense. If not, it's not irrelevant. And you have here review, return, and refund status, where you'll know where it came back or not. That is it for now. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn about handling returns when you're using the eBay Global Shipping Program. That is, when you ship an item outside of the United States. How do you deal with a return? There are 3 possibilities of what can possibly happen. Possibility number 1 is when there is buyer's remorse. In other words, the buyer decides that they really don't want the item. it's not to their taste, they thought they wanted a different size or color or shape, they decide to give it back. In that case, the buyer contacts you, and eBay will inform them that they, the buyer, will need to pay the shipping, return shipping. So it isn't really your problem. They'll ship it back at their expense from wherever they are abroad. And once Amazon confirms that the item is returned and you get your refund, then you refund your buyer just like a local return. The second possibility is when the item arrived at the buyer internationally and the item was damaged through the shipping. In that case, I would suggest contacting the buyer and asking them to send you a photo of the damaged item. You then contact eBay Global Shipping Program. You phone up eBay and ask to explain the story and ask to be in contact with the Global Shipping Program. And then the Global Shipping Program will take responsibility of the shipping because after all, they shipped it from the Global Shipping Center in Kentucky overseas. So if something happened on the way, it's their responsibility. eBay then will refund the buyer both for the item and for the shipping, and you don't have to deal with it further. The third case is when the item arrives defective. In other words, either it's missing a part or the item is not as it was described in your listing. Something went wrong. In that case, it's a little bit more complicated. First of all, I would suggest contacting Amazon and telling them that you sent the item overseas. In principle, Amazon is not responsible in refunding your money unless you return the item physically to the Amazon warehouse. You're not going to pay now for shipping an item abroad to the United States. In many cases, it'll work out that the shipping will cost more than the item itself. So it's usually not worth your while telling the buyer that you will repay return shipping. Instead, you ask Amazon nicely if they're willing to forego the return because it was sent overseas. In some cases, Amazon will give you back some of the money, sometimes all of the money. If they give you back all or even some, then you refund the buyer in full, and that is it. But if Amazon informs you that they will not refund anything until they receive the item physically back at their warehouse, in this case, you try to negotiate with the buyer and try to reach a settlement. Maybe they're willing to keep the item and you'll just refund them part of the money. If you can reach some sort of settlement, great. If you can't reach any settlement, then the buyer is right and eBay will support them. In that case, you'll just have to refund them the full cost, lose the item, leave it by them, that is, and you'll also have to pay for their original shipping cost through the eBay Global Shipping Program, which means it's a loss of money. But that's the price of doing business. Bottom line, I believe that it is worthwhile working with the eBay Global Shipping Program because it'll raise your sales, you'll sell far more items. International buyers who cannot buy from Amazon are delighted to buy from eBay because they can get the item wherever they want. In rare occasions, when the buyer does not have remorse and there was no problem during the shipping, but rather the item itself is defective, in rare cases like that, sometimes you just will lose a few dollars. There's nothing to do about it. Altogether, in my humble opinion, it's still worthwhile working with a global shipping program, even if one in, I can't say 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000, but one in quite a few cases, you might lose a few dollars. That's it about returns through the global shipping program. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. In this lecture, you will learn about the eBay selling limits. When you first start off as an eBay seller, you'll have a limit of approximately 50 items that you can sell on your account, up to $500 in total. One might ask, why would eBay put limits on the amount that I can sell? After all, they're getting 10% of everything that I sell. If I sell $500 worth of items, then eBay will get $50. If I sell $5,000 worth of items, eBay is earning $500. The more the merrier. That might be true, but eBay is also concerned about sellers not taking care of their account properly, and then the customers will not be happy with the results. For example, if you have a lot of returns, a lot of cancellations, if customers are complaining about the quality of the items, that they don't arrive on time, then eventually they'll lose their trust, not in you as a seller, but also in eBay as a selling market. And they'll end up buying their items in a different platform, in Amazon or in Walmart or whatever it might be. So eBay wants people not only to buy by them, but to be happy buying by them. Therefore, they will limit the sellers in how much they may list and how much they may sell in the course of the month. That, of course, is at the beginning. You start out with 50 items up to 500, but you can get it raised after you've proved yourself. So you look here in the eBay help pages, you'll see when you list an item, you may see a message letting you know that you have met or are close to one of your monthly selling limits. And when you want to raise it, you have to contact them. At the beginning, they'll often ask for a 90-day waiting period until you've received your first feedback for a successful sale, and you don't have any unresolved eBay money-back guarantee requests or PayPal purchase protection, and your detailed selling ratings are at least 4.8 in all areas. And in order to raise the selling limit, they want to make sure you have positive feedback and you're doing a good job. You're answering all the questions from your buyers, you follow the policy, and you have a good account in general. So how do you request to raise your selling limits? Let's look at this account as an example. This seller has 2,932 items listed and sold, and they have a 5,000 item limit on the quantity of items. There are two factors over here. There's the quantity of items, and there is the dollar value. So here you have 2,932 items listed and $72,000 plus minus in value, with a $150,000 limit. Now that's a very nice size account. It's a big account. Nevertheless, a person might want to raise the account because they want to sell more and list more. But imagine here it only says 50 items listed and sold and $500 worth, and you want to raise it. In addition to having a good seller's account, which means there are not any open cases and you're taking care of business as you should with good feedback, there are also two rules to remember before you ask for a raise in selling limits. Rule number one is eBay will raise your limits once in 30 days maximum, which means that if you've already received a raise in your selling limits less than 30 days ago, don't waste your time contacting them for another raise. Number two, they will usually raise your limits only after you've reached 90% of your present limit. So for example, if you have a limit of 50 items, then you need to have at least 45 items listed before you can request more. The same thing over here in this particular account, which has a limit of 5,000 items, until the seller has reached 4,500 items listed, which is 90%, then it's a waste of time to contact eBay to ask for a raise. So how do you do it? You have a good account, you reach 90%, 30 days have passed since the last limit. Sometimes eBay will automatically raise your limit when you're doing well. But if they don't, you can contact them. You press here, request to list more, and then it says request higher selling limits. If you want to sell more on eBay, we'd like to get you know better. You need to press continue. And then you will reach a window where eBay gives you the opportunity to phone them. Yes, they want to speak to you on the phone. You can call them with a regular telephone line, or you can use Skype. It's a free number. So if you contact them through Skype, then it'll be free. And I prefer using Skype because sometimes there's a long wait online. I just put my earplugs in my ear and do other things while waiting for eBay to get online and speak to you. When you speak to the eBay customer service, remember a few things. Number one, be professional. They're not doing you a favor and you're not doing them a favor. Be professional. Say, this is what I'm selling. They'll ask you a number of questions about your account. They'll ask you what type of items are you selling, where do you source the items, how is it going, and then they'll check through your account step by step to make sure that you're really doing well. You have to speak to them truthfully. If you're doing drop shipping, don't say I'm selling used items from home. They can see it on your account exactly what you're doing. So be truthfully. You can say I'm sourcing items from United States and selling them on eBay. I have good shipping time. You don't have to specify it's from Amazon. You just say you're sourcing items from United States. And if they ask you, are you buying from Amazon? Again, you can't lie. You got to tell them the truth. In general, it is good to have on your account also items which you are selling from your own hometown besides for drop shipping in general. Because eBay likes to see a little bit of diversity of the items that you're selling and not to be selling one type of item, which is a healthy thing to do in an eBay account. eBay will then check all the factors and inform you what your new selling limits will be, and they'll also confirm it by message, email in your account. And then do your utmost to fill the quota that you have, wait another 30 days, and a month from now, raise your limits again. Good luck. See you in the next lecture. E-commerce is a very dynamic field, and there's constant changes. Things that we do today might not be relevant in the future. Therefore, in this course, we will do our best to keep you updated on the latest changes so that you can run your business most effectively in the way that goes according to the way eBay wants us to run our business. eBay, in fact, changes some of their policies a few times a year. It might be the way they charge seller fees, it might be concerning the way we list items, and it might be the way they rate us as sellers. But there are constant changes, and one has to be aware of these changes and work accordingly. For example, if you want to know what eBay policy is today, the latest things, you can put into Google the words eBay selling updates, which will take you the top page to the eBay 2016 Spring Seller Update. You can go into it, it's very easy to find it, and you'll see that there are things which eBay is doing which is different than in the past. For example, today eBay puts a greater emphasis on mobile devices and tablets to give customers who want to search for items to buy when they're on the move a better buying experience. Therefore, eBay will want your text to be clear without a lot of fancy formatting and design templates on your listing, so the customer will be able to see your listing easily even when they're using their phone. This is only a small example, but it's good to keep updated on what's going on. As I said, we'll do our best to keep you informed in this course in the coming weeks and months. But you also need to be proactive, look into eBay, and see what are the latest selling policies at any given time. Good luck, success. See you in the next lecture. Hi there. As part of giving great customer service, you want to ship your items to your customers in eBay as fast as possible and as cheap as possible. So in this lecture, you'll learn about the ins and outs of the Amazon Prime membership. Amazon Prime enables its members to ship any item for free, irrelevant what the price of the item is, and with a 2-day shipping service, expedited. It doesn't necessarily mean 48 hours door to door, though sometimes it is. but it means within 2 business days, the item will reach the buyer guaranteed, which is a great service to provide your eBay dropshipping customers. Let's look at what this means with a live example. You have here an item, Little Tykes Go and Grow, costing $25.99 Prime. And this item with a Prime account, this is what it is, will be shipped for free. Not only free, but you'll get it in 2-day shipping. You see there are a number of options. There's no rush shipping, which is free. There's standard shipping, and there's free 2-day shipping, which is a unique Prime characteristic. If you want to ship it faster within 1 day, it's going to cost quite a bit more. The same item without a Prime account, as you can see over here, will only be free shipping if the total order is over $49. So this item is $25.99. You can't ship it for free. In addition, you won't get it 2-day shipping either, but rather it'll be something like a standard shipping. Standard shipping, as you see, will arrive July 27th. Today is the July 21st. With free shipping, it'll arrive as late as the 30th, which is a total of 9 days. That's quite a difference between Prime and not Prime. In addition, there are some items, not that many, which you can only purchase if you have a Prime account, Prime membership. Without Prime membership, you can't even buy them, but they're rare. And after all, one can avoid listing those kind of items on eBay totally. So if a Prime membership is so good, why shouldn't any eBay dropshipper use it? Amazon, in fact, gives you a free month of Prime membership, and afterwards it's $99 for an entire year. But if you look into Amazon policy on using the Prime, you see something interesting. It says Prime members are not permitted to purchase products for the purpose of resale, rental, or to ship to their customers or potential customers using Prime benefits. That means within an eBay dropshipping business, you are not permitted by Amazon to use their Prime service. In truth, as long as you're still selling in very small quantities, like 1 or 2 items a day, Amazon won't bother with you and they'll let you go on. But as soon as you get into the big league and start selling a lot of products every day, eventually Amazon will tell you that you're breaking the rules. They'll send you a warning, and they will, after some time, close down your membership in Prime completely. So how then can you run an eBay dropshipping business and give great service without getting into a collision course with Amazon and their policy? I would like to give a number of suggestions. Number 1, it's possible to stay below the radar. In other words, when you have a Prime account, instead of sending things with the free 2-day shipping, you send it with the free standard shipping. So you can still send it for free even though you don't have $49 worth of items. And it's not as fast as a 2-day shipping. But even with a standard shipping, if today is the 21st and they get it on the 27th, 6 days, that's not too bad. As I mentioned in one of the other lectures, it's important to set your shipping policy to 3 days handling and up to 6 days standard shipping. So therefore, the 6 days it'll take to send it by free standard shipping with a Prime account is well within what you commit yourself to your customers. So by consistently sending with free standard shipping, one can maintain a Prime account over a significant period of time. No one can guarantee that Amazon will not one day close it down, but at least it keeps you below the radar for some time. Another possibility is to have a Prime student account, which gives free 2-day shipping. Again, it's not made for a major league of sales, but it'll certainly last quite some time and give you the best possible service. A third possibility is opening up an Amazon business account. This means you are now a business within the Amazon system, and you can send 2-day shipping for free. Though it's $49 orders, but once you reach the point where you're selling quite a few items every day, $49 is certainly within the amount that you're going to be shipping every single day. So Amazon Business can be a great opportunity. To summarize, when you're still selling small, 1 or 2 or 3 items a day, Amazon will probably not disturb you if you're using Prime. Once you become bigger, then I advise selling your items not with 2-day shipping, but with standard shipping within the Prime system. That way you stay below the radar. Then there is Student Prime, which is a possibility, and Amazon Business. That's it for now. See you in the next lecture.